build and give yourself some more security, or just put this here on mid. They will not show the carry pairing with the IO yet. That's pretty interesting, because normally you would take it here if you feel like the good ones are going to get banned, right? If you really want the gyro or the Ursa or the Sark or something, you don't want to risk that getting banned and your options being limited. But they just really value the puck here. A hero we've seen pop off, but generally hasn't performed super well. It is a okay. A hero we've seen pop off, but generally hasn't performed super well. It is a okay. A hero we've seen pop off, but generally hasn't performed. Answer the Void Spirit with the coil, and there's some limited catch here. Like your best catch for this puck, outside of the Void Spirit axe, is that sleep, which can be annoying in terms of setting up, but the sleep isn't really setting up too much here either. It's setting up for a mid renew. And your two is okay for the puck here, but it's also likely going to be a big target in terms of that high armor. So this puck just has some and the biggest thing is, I mentioned the change of game pattern, and puck is able to take
play me, ready to make it, did I say with me? Baby, both can away. Get you in it, it's my head. Now I lose all you already know. Everywhere you go, not the pin so. Down to the dinner, make up a charge. Now be tired of scuffing out at night. It's such a rapid low, black and white, and now I can't say, let me, you will never love me, I like a light in your mood and bumpy, go bet out in that, I'll grab out it all, but see what I'm shit, the youngest got it, do me, I said they are the chimp and they go to eat, see, I know got it, which I'm not the only who see, business and let it out, you get pesky, drawing my suit, the chimney, do your triangles in the baby, nothing, shout out him, she that you the cool, my baby, don't touch it, we are on my party, trust him, don't make baby, you're kind. Let's get loaded, yeah, like a comment. Me not gonna be that toxic. I mean, go be a minute, ja. Just to get more than positive. The game down, so we can be easier to check the line conscious. I'm waiting on you to hold on down your leg. Hey, we know you're any man, I saw it anywhere. We both are on it, fuck, we need I met.
finish them off 3-1 with the first blood. They get the reward as well. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start. When it comes to the drafting battle with Kuro and No Tail, they have to step aside now and let the next generation take over the rest of the battle.
He's in big trouble.
He's got a fairy fire, and he will live because of that. But yeah, this Mercy IO, they put Beaks in a little bit of danger earlier. They do have the damage of the Timber Saw, but he doesn't have the tank yet. So IO Mercy is still a dangerous duo for now. As the lane goes on, to assume the Timber Saw.
Hey, get the fuck out of my way, bro. Yeah, shit, yeah, you know, got all the kids. I got say, look out, but oh, we on. We know we have keys, so go, shake the beat. Yeah, gotta go, let's go. They don't go win, right for war, right for war. It's all about the dreams, right for the showdown. I can't get that, see, no shit, I don't song. The demon set the other shit, the leader, the doom, I don't song.
Rồi nè, nhưng mà có vấn đề của bạn này. Ê, nhớ rồi con.
Fuck my, but I was re-rolling through like Barry Allen. One for the
city. Two for the money, 3, 4, 5, 6 pretty ass bitches. With a story, y'all them shout fuck snitches. Get an A line in the show on the road to riches. Wait, hold up, can't with an amateur, no drama. That when it and out on Jenny Jam and gladiator flammer. I promise to my mama, I'ma turn the 0 into 10 a fucking comma.
Never mind, let's ride. Hey guys, never mind, don't stop. Keep it up, yeah. You gotta fight your battles. I'm a soul, man, give me a level. Keep your head up high to the sky. We ain't holding back tonight, you know. Everybody's leading.
Let's go. 你要送你那落叶山过桥，谁不晓得穷的，花下这个梦的，过来过晓得，看你大人笑，有一做一做子。Bitch, what you know? That's not a playground. The area my lobby go, so we low on trigger. Say they are dying, but the lobby team I'm using y'all. You know a lot of y'all don't even how to do shit, y'all. Let's see like fuck your shit, don't fuck with enemy. Finish your channel, let me not take a down. Let me see anybody, mama, get quiet. I see my land on me, and then I'll tap you down, and then I'll tap you down. You can call me, little boss. Up all she on, slow and steady with the wrist. Don't machine and don't she on. When I learn to maintain a lot, she's alone and don't she my high speed in the toe with nitrogen, my toe, play my soul. Holy, shit, show what I need a kiss him out of pony that kiss. That man and ball, shit, this. Go, I go, the city, make for you, that city. Yeah, man, the sage, I cannot. Swim is on the canal, let's yeah. I told you to go, I showed it, and I did my son on it.
Never mind, let's ride. Hey guys, never mind, don't stop. Keep it up, yeah. You gotta fight your battles. I'm a soul, man, give me a level. Keep your head up high to the sky. We ain't holding back tonight, you know. We bout to speed
Biggest thing in the
up.
game. They got really set back. You can still put these games in. It's still a very susceptible lane. Especially when there's some good creeps.
Speed up.
It's not too very
I'm in my same day, think that ain't gonna ever change. Got no time to waste, never became in the game. 谁不想笑啊？当我年轻，三张的照片，你们这里边标配，把照片放所谓自己票，还有来招，随时你看，按照我 run around，跟这类家，天塌了地都爱谁那个，一样们没得他 ready to fight。We gon' ride on forever。
对，我没有来呀。
We don't slow it down, man, hold it down. Say, me, hold down. So long, sucker.
Never mind, let's ride. Hey guys, never mind, don't stop. Keep it up, yeah. You gotta fight your battles. I'm a soul, man, give me a level. Keep your head up high to the sky. We ain't holding back tonight, you know we bout to speed up.
Galaxy will collect. They'll kill Mixa again. The pressure is really amping up in this off pick.
He just has no game. He started too far behind. Just cannot find his presence. Not enough points in order to survive any of this. Ghost is just so far ahead. This is what the IO can do. It can just accelerate games out of nowhere. It's already level 6 when you go bomb like 8.5 minutes. They provide so much through these coils. Okay, look at it.
来带着酷，赛出比价写转线来，我偏来不干的那线来不动摇，也得赛不高。那我的领导对面都你我的牙牙 Steven，那他的比你输的系列，偏找我对面比平头，得看出那个偏心和希望对垒，那个他们永远的偏离的标准有旁边的对垒，如果心那些小的标准，法定我找旁边的，把我们冲入围的那不少人嘉宾。OK， 西给的那千里马斯卡图，别走你看到，那么个电手人家不电后门店里公平的写手，中间的斯卡图的滚着给票数，接着的马桶脚，不能的嘎嘎你不懂，现在的马桶，比你不叫我在。 ချိုးတော့အင်းရှိတော့ကောင်းတဲ့ဆိုးပေါ်လို့သားနဲ့တမ်းမဲ့ကစားကချင်းပြီးပြုံးရတဲ့ဘက်တွေမှာငါဟာဆုံးဖြတ်ညံကြတော့ယူလာခဲ့လို့ရှိုးပဲတေးမှာရှုံးဖွဲ့ဖြတ်ခဲ့တော့လာတကယ်မဆုံးပဲနောက်တစ်ခါတစ်ခါပဲကြုံပဲဘာတစ်ဖက်မှာဟာခဲ့တာမင်းကြောင့်နောက်တက်တော့ပြားနေစိတ်ဆက်တာခဲ့လက်ရှားတကပါတယ်နောက်ဆုံးရပါတယ်လို့ဆွဲရှိချာခဲ့နေအခုတော့လူတွေကတတိမထားပဲနေရမှာမိထားတယ်ကြီးကချက်တယ်တော့နေအောင်ရင်တွေတကယ်ဟောချင်ခွဲရင်ချင်နေတဲ့စီစပြလို့ပင်ပြောတဲ့ချင်ဟာဘယ်လိုလဲဘွားတွေတက်ကြကတို့နေအောင်ပြန်ဆုံးဖို့နေ No No နေမတိတ်ပဲရှိတော့တို့နေအောင်ပြန်ဆုံးဖို့နေ No No ရင်ထဲကဆိတ်ရည်စပြဘာကြီးမြောင်ပြဖြစ်သွားအောင်လုပ်ခဲ့ပြီပဲ
Just straight reload, no setup. Just okay, that easy. There goes your carry, dude.
Yeah, security guy, shoot your man, mama jump together. I'm a nigga, not chin and shot, go target, take a shot from them. They got same job, them chain with them, she will take a not take it. I'm water, large and lot, and they will set it and out something. Yeah, they don't think that beautiful, they coming on the same one. Say that the brave for some more, I'm not getting a single. The figure, the name, save your meeting. She will ace up in next and say that the beat it. I'm a commercial card. Let them be young, the son of me, one, and shutting send up, what I can try to jump up, straight at the shoe. I'm a big at the sun, it's okay, but I'm in the wall. Return the chance, I got the knack and drug his eye. Tama, and you see the city go down your chart and future. And I need no job, I don't need the nature of Yami. I did not get a pencil, I did not get a man, I did not get a track and leave it. Need to pianta lebe, Chico Shadow Sanji, Mugan is so many Jana, she can't get so many, can they got so many, can't do the one of money, can't get come out with magic to come out, no, but not so much, just so much, the cheetah.
This is absolute shellacking right now. We've seen some one-sided games, but this has been the most brutal game for OG so far. They have got to find something here. They're looking for the reload. Kind of idle on top right now. There's the coil, set it up.
Reload thing coming in. And stunned in silence for just too damn long. The White Spirit, normally a relatively elusive hero, but it doesn't look like it against Nigma.
Just can't stand on the lanes. Team to recover this game right now. 14-minute wisdom shot. If you don't get that, you're going to be in massive trouble. GHL playing the word for it. You know the Galaxy are going to think about this as it comes up here in the next minute or two. And there is Diffusal done for the Pango here, so both are going to be able to deal right now. That is rough for a lineup with heroes that need their mana. This Timber really needs it to do, really needs it in this early game. See if they can find the high up here. They're smoked up, pretty good angles.
Mono, TV's already coming in. Nigma Galaxy, they're going to be able to fight this one out.
Really sick of these mentality. Now they are really going to need to teams like this after the main two. See if they can find any sort of Doofus back. There's some damage to work with right now. It's not impossible to kill. As we said, it's very difficult. Your best bet is still probably still getting trying to find us out there. You have to still have crypto, but it's not. BKB does not make it truly invincible. Very close on that teleport out. I guess the upside for OG is the Void Spirit wasn't in any of that, so the Ags will be done here for Stormstorm. Maybe you can look for something with that. But the warding from Nigma Galaxy was just decimated. They have not found these ops that happen. It's just saying everything. Well, there goes that Ags timing. He's like 50 gold off. Very sad. Because we're in this one's game, you might just sell the Wind Lace, get it, and go smoke or something.
Yeah, seriously. 12,000 net worth lead for Nigma Galaxy.
Looking for another group connection. Yeah, they're 10 of
Lý đâu nếu mà ai không vô cái này ta đảo cũng mà ai cho con cái này có này đó những người tăng thì có nào cái này cũng là cũng là lâu rồi không có còn nhiều cái hóa lên thì là không phải nhưng nhiều mà đúng mà nó không to cái này mình không có biết gì nó là nhà tuyến sắp rồi tao
And if it's not him, then it's Rolling Thunder, right? That's going to be rolling in. Because if you have to use the Fiend Grip on the Marcy, that means the Penguin's a free fight. The point of his
就
main
就
was to
就
stop
我把这豆哥
the
啊，别
pain.
搞这，
And it seems like the bigger threat is
他
usually
们那
the
几个
mercy.
都能高的，
But damned if you do, damned if you
还
don't.
有点，
So the minus got
Finish him.
BKB on two.
Yeah, it's closer than I thought. The minus so that gives you an opportunity to go.
Oh shit စောက်တော့ဖြစ်နေတဲ့နိုင်ငံ
有
မှာ
有
ဖိုက်
那
ပဲအ
那
တင်း
那
တင်း
听
တင်း
你
ပြ
讲的，
fuck အစိုးရတွေရုပ်ရှင်ဝင်ရိုက်အဲ့တော့မင်းသမီးမင်းသားလေးတင်းရေးစားတချို့တွေကဝဲလို့ကျွေးပေးရှာတချို့တွေကြောက်စိတ်ချပြီးအေးဆေးစားတချို့တွေကဘုံတော့ပြစ်ပြစ်ပါလို့ဆောက်ချိုးနေတော့လာတဲ့ဝေးဝဲသွား
还有他，
လောကမှာပဲရမလွယ်လွယ်နဲ့မြောက်လောကတန်းဆိုတဲ့ကောင်းမှုတွေလည်းပဲထားမလို့ကောင်းတဲ့ဖြစ်နေတာပဲတည်းချအဲ့ဒီဆောက်ချိုးအခုမှမဟုတ်ငယ်ငယ်ကလေးကနမကြီးတယ်ကြီးရတယ်ကနာမလေးကပေါက်ထားတဲ့လမ်းဘက်မှာငါသွားတယ်အတန်နိုင်ဆုံးလူတိုင်းမှာထားထားပြီးဆက်ဆက်နဲ့ဆောက်ပြတော့ဒါမရနဲ့အားလုံးမှန်တယ်ပဲတင်းနေငါမမယ်ဒီတော့မှန်တဲ့အကြောင်းလေးတော့နောက်ပြောပြလူတိုင်းလူကြီးကြတဲ့အောက်မှာစပါးများတယ်တော်တော်နမကြီးမပြောနေတော့ငါဘုံမရှိရှိတိုင်းနမကန်ကပါလောကနောက်ဆက်ရှိနေတဲ့အော်ဒီလူဘုံနေတဲ့ပတ်သက်ရှိမှနေရာသူ့ရတာအရေးချင်းရှိတဲ့သူတွေကြတော့ဘူးရုံနဲ့ပဲစကားတွေတော့လက်အားတွေ rap စကားရဲ့တိုင်းချက်ကမင်းတို့နားတွေပြတ်ထွက်ဒီရတဲ့ကလေးရဲ့ဒီရိုက်ထမှာတော့အမတွေချက်ထနဲ့မင်းတို့ကိန်းပြိုင်တဲ့ထွက်စကားတွေတော့လက်အားတွေ rap စကားရဲ့တိုင်းချက်ကမင်းတို့နားတွေပြတ်ထွက်ဒီရတဲ့ကလေးရဲ့ဒီရိုက်ထမှာတော့အမတွေချက်ထနဲ့မင်းတို့ကိန်းပြိုင်တဲ့ထွက်အိုးပြောလိုက်ရင်မင်းတို့ပဲဆရာထူးဖတ်နေသလူတော့မင်းလောက်မကောင်းရှယ်အဖက်လို့ပြီးမပြောချင်လို့ကြည်နေတာအားလုံးကတိပြီးသားမင်းနောက်ကြောင်းရှယ်အရင်ကတိကပဲရေသွေးမရှိတဲ့တချင်းခွေကိုတင်းရှောက်ရှောက်စကားတွေကဖြစ်ချင်တာဖြစ်ဖို့တော့လုံးတင်တာလုံးရမတိုင်းအဲ့ဒါမင်းဆောက်ကြောင်းရှယ်ပြောလိုက်ရင်မင်းတို့ပဲဆရာထူးဖတ်နေသလူတော့မင်းလောက်မကောင်းရှယ်အဖက်လို့ပြီးမပြောချင်လို့ကြည်နေတာအားလုံးကတိပြီးသားမင်းနောက်ကြောင်းရှယ်အရင်ကတိကပဲရေသွေးမရှိတဲ့တချင်းခွေကိုတင်းရှောက်ရှောက်စကားတွေကဖြစ်ချင်တာဖြစ်ဖို့တော့လုံးတင်တာလုံးရမတိုင်းအဲ့ဒါမင်းဆောက်ကြောင်းအဖြစ်ဖြစ်နဲ့ဆုပ်ခဲ့တဲ့ snake ကမှလာတတ်မဲ့မပြောနဲ့တက်ရှိတော့စိတ်ကရှာတာ rapper တွေတော့ချစ်ချစ်ပြန် diss ပါများလာလို့ချစ်စာသားတွေနဲ့တော့မြစ်တာမြလာအဲ့လိုခက်ကလာလူငယ်တွေအိမ်မက်တွေ skip ကတာဆက်လွယ်လူအဖွဲ့အစည်းတွေနေတာသမျှပြန်ရုံထွက်ပြီးတော့ပေါ့တိတ်ကစားရုံဖြစ်တာသမျှရှင်းတိုင်းရေးမရှင်းနိုင်တဲ့ကိစ္စတွေမေးထိုင်တွေ့ main style လေးနဲ့မင်းနေပြီးမင်းပြန်ပြေးမယ်မင်းပြန်နေတာတောင်းနေတော့မင်းမနိုင်တဲ့အော်ဒါတွေချလိုက်ပါဆရာတွေညားလိုက်တာတာတွေကြားလိုက်တာနိုင်ဝက်တွေကြောင်အားမရမို့ rapper တွေကြားနိုင်ကလေးထားတိုင်းမှပြပါလိုက်ပြီးတော့ rapper တွေကလည်းနားဆိုင်ချီရတိုင်းနေတဲ့နောက်ပေါက်တဲ့ချီရတိုင်းတိုင်းမျိုးချောက်ကောက်ကနေဆရာကြီးကဘယ်လိုလဲမင်းတယောက်တော့ဖတ်ပြငါအတိုင်းဝဲမှာပေါင်းမလို့တော့ကနေတချင်းပြင်းပြီးရောရှောက်ရှောက်ဆက်နေမချင်းရပဲရွှေတယ်မတော့တော့ရက်နေအရင်ကပဲကြီးကတော့တောက်ရှောက်ကနေတိုင်းချင်းတဲ့လီးပဲပေါ်တော့ခေါက်ဖက်လေပြောလိုက်ရင်မင်းတို့ပဲဆရာတူးပတ်နေသလိုတော့မင်းတော့မကောက်ရှယ်အဖက်လို့ပြီးမပြောချင်လို့ကြည်နေတာအားလုံးကတိပြီးသားမင်းတော့ကြောက်ရှယ်အရင်ကတိကပဲရေသွေးမရှိတဲ့တချင်းခွေကိုတင်းရှောက်ရောက်အစားကလေးကဖြစ်ချင်တာဖြစ်ဖို့တော့လုံးတင်တာလုံးရမတိုင်းအဲ့ဒါမင်းဆောက်ကြောက်ရှယ်ပြောလိုက်ရင်မင်းတို့ပဲဆရာတူးပတ်နေသလိုတော့မင်းတော့မကောက်ရှယ်အဖက်လို့ပြီးမပြောချင်လို့ကြည်နေတာအားလုံးကတိပြီးသားမင်းတော့ကြောက်ရှယ်အရင်ကတိကပဲရေသွေးမရှိတဲ့တချင်းခွေကိုတင်းရှောက်ရောက်အစားကလေးကဖြစ်ချင်တာဖြစ်ဖို့တော့လုံးတင်တာလုံးရမတိုင်းအဲ့ဒါမင်းဆောက်ကြောက်
还有，有点没走，有点慢。
99ကနေ92ချောင်းပြောလို့ပြမယ်ဆိုရင်တိုင်းမင်းတို့မောလို့သွားမယ်မင်းအခုရတဲ့ brother တွေစီပြောမလို့လားပြောတယ်မင်းတို့ပိုင်ပေါ်မှာများတယ်မင်းခုတွဲနေတဲ့ song လေးရဲ့ကြောင်းနဲ့ no ကိုပြမှာမင်းပြောတဲ့ဘောကိုမမမင်းအရှိမမင်းဖိနေကစကားကိုအစ်စ်ပြောမှသိတယ် fuck
我给过呀。
ပေါ်တဲ့စစ်စောက်ပေါ်ပါလားမင်းတို့လွယ်မဲ့ထင်လိုက်ပိုင်းနေတက်ပြီး beat flow မြင်းကြီးတမ်းမနေတာလေးနဲ့မင်းက street low ဆော်လေးကိုပူလီလုပ်တဲ့မင်းရဲ့ cycle free ငုတ်တယ် 100% ဖြစ်ဖို့ one လို့တဲ့ချီတော့ဘယ်လိုစီးရှင်းမတုံးမင်းတို့တင်းဖြစ်မတုံးမင်းတစ်ခွေလုံးမအပေါက်ဆုံးမတိုင်းမင်းတဲ့ချင်မဟုတ်မင်းပိုင်တဲ့ထိရောက်လာခဲ့တာ is it bling bling bro run the shit shit let the shit shit ကြည့်တာမင်းဖြစ်ဖို့ show me how to rap out ရှိတယ်အားလုံးက hustler တွေကြီးပဲ
还懂了。
မင်းဖုန်ကြီးကောက်ခောက်ပြီးမှခုမှကတော့ပါစီရဲ့မလုံးနဲ့ရှော့မှသိပဲ using the pussy နဲ့ရောလို့မရတဲ့ rap game နဲ့ကတူညီတဲ့သဘောမချင်တဲ့ကိစ္စတွေ line ပေါ်မှာ video ရိုက်ဆက်ပြီးငါတင်လို့ကတူရှိလက်ပြောမင်းနဲ့ချင်းဆိုင်ကြီးမှတတိတွေဆွဲတကွက်ချင်းအပိုင်ကြီးမင်းမသိလေတဲ့မင်းကိုကြည့်ရတာစေးကြောင်ကြီးနေတဲ့ဖုတ်ဖုတ်နဲ့လုံးရှုပ်ဝေးရတဲ့မင်းတဲ့ကြိုက်တဲ့ favorite rapper future ကြီးလို့မင်းကယူသွားပြီးဟော်မုန်းနဲ့ပြောင်းနေခြင်းနဲ့ပြီးမတီးနဲ့ဖူကကြည့်တခုခုထူးကြပြီအကြီးတွေတောင်းလို့မင်းကိုစီးနေထားပြီးကြည့်နေတာစော်တရောက်အတွက်နဲ့ Facebook ကြီးမှာဖိနေလားဗီဇာမိုးပြီးမီလောက်တော့မှမင်းကမီးတင်သွားတယ်လုံးနေရိတ်မရတဲ့မီးတွေကွာကဲတော့ line ရတွေတဲ့မင်းဘလောက် rolling ဘူးလဲမင်းသွားနေချ19လမ်းလောက်မရိုးရှင်းဘူးမင်းကိုမင်းတက်တဲ့ဖို့အတွက်ရောက်ကြိုးခွင့်ယူစို့မင်းလောက်ဖြောက်ဖို့အတွက်မိုးမလင်းဘူးအချစ်ချစ်တဲ့ဖို့အကြောင်းဖန်ခဲ့တာမင်းခ အခုမှလာပြီးမတောင်းမှန်နဲ့အားနေရင်အားကောင်းတဲ့အချိန်ကြမှာမောင်းပြန်ဆွဲပြီးလူစုငါနဲ့အိတ်စစ်ကိုအချောင်းပြန်လဲ We are in the race
这样就来了噻。
မင်းကလှုပ်မရတဲ့တိုးဂိတ်ကမောင်းတံပဲ BNP နဲ့လည်းပြောင်းပြန်မယ် AYC နဲ့လည်းပြောင်းပြန်မယ်တင်းနဲ့မင်းတမ်လာနဲ့ဂျိုကာချင်းပဲငါညီကိစ္စတွေဘလို့လာရှင်းမလဲမင်းတော့ရမှာစေးချောင်းဟုတ် over တင်ပဲအခုမှကိုမရဲ့တလုံးပါမငင်းနဲ့စီနီယာတွေကိုငိုပြရင်ဖဲပြီးတဲ့ချတိတ်လေးခုကြမှာကြွပြီးချက်ကွာ sim like ကိုလေး bitch ချက်ကိုမဲတီတာမတ်တယ်မင်းဘော scary လာမသက်ခင် carry ပြတ် little mike အကြောင်းတွေပြောတာကြားတယ် bro အဲ့အစ်အကြောင်းတွေပြောတာကြားတယ် bro
我给你讲，你没有
nobody
这样
အကြောင်းတွေ
的，
ပြောတာကြားတယ်
他会出来说没呀？
ကြား
咱这是的吧？哎呀，有的嘛，
Grab my fuck up
哎，有的不看那个，我爸妈说他们的，哎，
living 365 motherfucker you know my homie you know my skate represent my north side F dog
那我就不知道，操，都不知道。不开那个，这个蛮挺好买的，那个的吧？哦。买高那个的。
မင်းတို့မှာအားကြောင်းဖို့ရှောင်းရအောင် rap ချင်ခင်ဗျားကြိုက်ကောင်းပြီလေရတော့
bắt đầu anh có cái gì không? Sao bữa nay về phải không? Dạ. Có ai ngồi cái này cả? Có thì con nó cái này. Tiếng này đâu mẹ? flow ထိုင်ကတိုင်းကြစွာထဲချင်းနဲ့ဘာမဟုတ်တဲ့ဘူးစု Q လေးတွေကိုရန်ဝိုင်းမစားပါနဲ့လာအေးစကတန်ပိုင်းစားများမင်းရှိအမှန်တိုင်းကြလာခဲ့တခင်ပေးနာရှိတာကြည်ပြီးမဟောင်းတောင်းတင်ပေးထားသည်လားခွေးလေးမျောနေတာစိတ်ခွေးနာတီတော်ပြီးပင်လေးကြွကြည့်မင်းတို့ကြောင်းနေပြောမယ်ဆိုရင်ချင်းမရသည်စကားမမကိုခိုက်ချတူငယ်တိုင်းတက်စီထက်ချောင်းနဲ့လိုက်ကရွှေရများတယ်စီရင်တဲ့ချင်းထားဆိုကောင်းတဲ့ချင်းကိုစင်ရင်လို့ဆိုပြီးတော့ဝိုင်းအားပေးရမှာဒါချာလေးလာတဲ့တားကောင်းတွေကများစောက်တဲလည်းမရှိတဲ့ငါဖားကောင်းတွေကစိတ်ငကရောင်နဲ့ပါပြောင်းနေချရွှေချီရှိတဲ့အတစ်များသူကပြပနဲ့တော်ထဲမှာသွားရှောင်းနေရခစ်တက်ကြီးတဲ့မထေပေါ်လာတာဂုံယူမနေကြတဲ့ငါကောင်းနေရကောင်းမှုနဲ့ပေါ်နေချနေတာလက်လက်ပေါ်နေလို့ကြမှာပေါ်ညာနေမှာစောက်ပြအမကနေပြီးတော့ရွေးကစီလာတဲ့တိုင်းပြီးကိုမျက်စိပွင့်နာစုချန်လောက်လုံးချင်ကိုချက်ခဲ့ဆိုမိသားစုတွေပြန်မဆုံးစည်းနိုင်ကြတော့ဘွားတွေမှာပြတ်ခေါက်စတဲ့ပိတ်လက်စားနဲ့တက်ပြီးတော့ပိတ်ထားလိုက်ဝါရှက်တဲ့ဖားချာနေတဲ့ငါတို့ခွတ်ပြတဲ့ကမိုက်ဒီနိုင်ငံရဲ့ bridge တွေကခိုက်တဲ့ချင်းကလွမ်းဆွေကုန်မုံချင်းနေမှာ right ပြီးတော့မွေးဆိုတော့ test မှာဆက်မှာတော့ဖွင့်တော့ပဲချင်းကိုပြကပါဆို up လာလို့ကိုယ်ကိုငါတို့ကရတဲ့လို့ဒါမျိုးတွေကဆက်နေပြီးတော့လုံးတယ်လားအောင်လို့ရှင်းစစ်စား
Froggy. Froggy là cái gì? Đưa vào. Đúng rồi đấy. Em ăn đấy. Có dầu trên rượu. Sao nó này nhỉ? Có dầu trên rượu. Nó phải làm rồi. Nó cũng là lúc ăn sao quá. Ăn sao nữa. Những cái gì này có nhà này rồi này. Ăn sao thế mới ngon. Vào. Cái này một. Cái này là nhà. Vào. Sao cái này quá. Cái là đấy thì mình cũng không vào tay này. Thật đấy. Cái là mình cũng học lên. Sao nó lạiပြန်đi rồi à? Mấy giờ lại đi rồi à?
I realize guy that feels quick up on the microphone and rapping. Yeah, the flies and they listen now the representation. Sometimes the reality rhythm, sometimes the lyrics sufficient. I was sufficient, a vision in your professional living. The dizzy, time I live every missing my low. Papa baby, and the thing can't keep pitching a mo. I died low, you mean you listen, I so. Three I did hear about it, South Hello, ditching my phone. Yo, on Charlie Bear, the jam my soul. My guy, the Jojo, what I told, and I don't do it by my mobile. Again, in the Yaya mobile, for the live it out of Yoda. Me wasn't about a band of powder, baby, got some no point. Rabadi, body, kitchen, more than fishing, tally hitching. You get it, I'm a little shot of a ticket. The jam, I go to leave my jetting, I unit of rapping, who had delivery. Pigeon, anomaly, let's so treat a catching a look.
Wow, I got the rope on. I know, really what you can.
Go local county, damage, but you know what y'all should hold your brush out of the valley, pure the shoe go Saudi. Missing the damn pure net so that the low bama so quack, Miana Chotana do get a tag at the mamma low hello. Yeah, Galabi so the near pony, tired professional rapper, Yawa, Emily, so the yammy. Kick up and Bialet, what the mammy rebel, so we beyond the bomby boom and rebel, Bialet, Camden, Yami Mai, the top you, Skelly bomb for hip hop, not Yayo, maybe the ref loaded on my Vetano, they put the rifle, but the Dango, Billy had a meal, shout out about the pit, gather the banana twist, shout out about my disc. Me a giant mo, in a my toe, me make a strike low. I will when your motherfucking rhyme or raising like a store. You kinky this so force with it like Nas. A life's a bitch and think you dog. Yo, why get it? Spit in the touch, board with I say be careful. I am better, like Venom. I stop and make you faded, and even you shit it. Yo, why get it? Spit in the touch, board with I say be careful. I am.
Hắn không phải đi tôi đâu là có mua gì đấy đâu 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 rồi mua đấy mày ạ không có không rồi à cái này là đâu cái này là uống cái gì
ံဆိုအဲ့လောက်အောင်မြင်မှုလောက်နဲ့ပဲပြီးသွားမှာတိုင်းဝိုင်းနဲ့မပေါင်းမဝင်ပါမန်နေဂျာဆိုတဲ့သူဘေးကဆော်ကြောင့်သူဟာအောင်မြင်တဲ့လောက်မှအောင်မြင်တာစီကိုနေရာကိုမေးနေတာအမြင့်ဆုံးဘလောက်ပဲပြန်တမိမြေကြီးပေါ်ပြုတ်ကြပြီးပဲတေးမှာငားထားတာထောင်လုံးလုံးချောင်းရှိပြီဗျာကင်းတော့သက်ကကျွန်တော်ဆိုတာလေစီမေးနေတာသူကြောင့်ကျွန်တော်ရဲ့လုံခြုံရေးစိတ်တွေကရှုပ်ရတာနောက်ဆုံးလေစီနဲ့တော့မှလုံးလို့တော့ပါမပြောချင်လို့နေနေတာတိုင်းရနေကိုကြည့်နေတာဟာထိလာလေးမရှိရှိမှလေစီကဒါကြောင့်ဂိမ်းနဲ့တေးနေတာဟိုလာလို့မရဘူးလာလို့တော့သွားမယ်ငါတို့က client နောက်ပဲ chase တာခုလိုလာနေပါနေကြော်နေရှော့နေတဲ့ငါနေရ artist ကြောင့်ရခဲ့တာမဟုတ်ဘူး client ကြောင့်မရနေတာနေဦးမော်ဒယ်နေကိုစိတ်တွေပူရတာမရှင်းချင်နိုင်တဲ့သူကငါဝေကောက်တော့ပြောတယ်ပြောနေတာနာကျင်သူကငါစိတ်ညစ်တာပြန်ပြောမယ်လေကြချင်ရင်ကိုရှင်တောင်းဝင်ရှူရပါဟုတ်ကဲ့လားကိုဒီဆောင်ချိုးတော့မပြင်းမရတယ်လို့ငါထားခဲ့မပြောပြန်ရင်လည်းမျက်နှာငယ်လေးနဲ့နေရငိုနေပေါက်ပြန်အောင်မပဲအရှင်ကလို့တရေဆိုလို့ရှိမသိပေမဲ့တစ်ခါမှမမြင်ရတယ်လို့ငါရဲ့ drama တွေဖန်တရားတီလည်းနေကြောင်ရှာခဲ့တဲ့ဒဏ်ရာတွေနဲ့အတူတူလဲနေခဲ့တဲ့တန်တရားတွေကျန်တာတွေဘာမှမစင်သားချင်တော့ဘူး hit တန်တာတွေမတန်တာတွေနေနှလုံးသားမညံပါနေတော့နေအရှင်နေတဲ့ man တွေကတကူကောင်းပူဆန်လာလေ one cup we fallen angel တဲ့ပျောက်ဆုံးနေတဲ့ငါကငါပြန်ရှာဖွေနေရပြီနေဦးလေအနေကိုချစ်ခဲ့မိတော့မှန်ပါစေဆိုတဲ့အနှွေတဲ့တစ်ခုကိုငါတစ်ကြိမ်ကလေးတိုက်ခဲ့တာထာဝရအတွက်မြဲမြဲလုံးလောက်သွားတရားနမဲအားတပွားပွားတယောက်ဆိုကြပကြီးကမချိတ်ထားတော့ခံစားလို့ရတဲ့နေရာလို့များတို့နှစ်ယောက်တူဆိုင်ပြိုးတရားစင်တူအပြုံးတွေစင်တူတို့ဒီမျိုးရဲ့မြေကြီးတွေမပိုင်သေးပါစေဘာဖြစ်လဲမျိုးကိုမိုးထားတဲ့အထက်ကောင်းငယ်အကျယ်ဝန်းကိုပိုင်တာပဲ ချင်၍နှစ်ယောက်တူသားရတဲ့နေ့နှစ်ယောက်တူအရာရာနဲ့ဝေးတော့နှစ်ယောက်တူရှိတဲ့၍ဒါဟာအလွယ်လေးနှစ်ယောက်တူခါကရင်သွေးနှစ်ယောက်စတဲ့ချက်ထဲလာနာတဲ့ရနှစ်ယောက်နာကရေးချကြလက်တွေ့တိုင်း finally you and me are lucky ones this time နှစ်ယောက်တစ်ချက်ဟာမဖလာတဲ့ဖွင့်တွေနှစ်ယောက်တူရောတွင်ဘွားမှာနှစ်ယောက်တူမျောလွင့်သွားလာမှာပေါ်ပင်ဖြာကအတော်မြင်ကြသမျှစားသားတိုင်းကနှစ်ယောက်တူပြောချင်သမျှရာနှစ်ယောက်တူလောဖွင့်တကားများနှစ်ယောက်စာ fall in love ကပါနှစ်ယောက်ဆုံးတိုင်းမှာ show film များဆိုတစ်ယောက်ကြောပြင်ကတယောက်မိုးရင်နာစက်နှစ်ယောက်ကလေးကမတော်မြင်ရမှာနှစ်ယောက်တူတီတွင်ချက်စားနှစ်ယောက်ကြားပြီးစကားတိုင်းကိုရည်ချင်ရသားနဲ့တော့နှစ်ယောက်တူလောကကိုထိမထင်ပြန်နှစ်ယောက်ပြုံးများကြည့်ရင်ပြတ်သားနှစ်ယောက်ထဲတည်းအမြင့်တွင်နှစားနှစ်ယောက်တည်းရှိချိန်ဒီပနာမီရင်ဖတ်ထားတဲ့ခဏကြားတော့ပြီးတဲ့များခါမီလီယံမကတဲ့နှစ်ယောက်ချစ်ချင်းကိုအစီရင်ခံပြန်နှစ်ယောက်ညင်ပွားတိုင်းကလေးအတွင်မတွင်နှစ်ယောက်ဆက်သွားမဲ့တဲ့ဖြည်းဖြည်းရှိနှစ်ယောက်ကတီးပြုတ်ထမပြေချေဝင်နှစ်ယောက်ပြန်လက်ချပေးဆွေးနှစ်ယောက်စလုံးခံတာတက်ကလေးငွေချမ်းတဲ့ဆက်ပြီးတော့ငေးချင်သူပါပြပါချေတာတဲ့ရှင်းသွေးတွေနဲ့ချစ်စီလက်သေးသေးလေးလူဟာအေးဆက်ဆက်တဲ့ကြောင့်ဆုံးပြတ်တဲ့စေတာပြောပြစေလေးနဲ့လေးဆိုတယောက်တည်းတော့ရှိတယ်ဆက်ရပါလမ်းခွဲခြင်းဟာငါကြောက်ကန်ကန်နဲ့တွင်တတ်ပဲမလားနှစ်ယောက်နဲ့စိတ်ဆက်ခွတ်တဲ့မှာမတ်ချအယောင်နဲ့ပြည့်နဲ့ကြက်ခဲလာနှစ်ယောက်ပြီးတော့ဒေးတီဆိုကနှစ်ယောက်ရှိတယ်ဘေဘီကိုငယ်နှစ်ယောက်တူစားတဲ့ကွင်းတီရွယ်ပွဲအချစ်စိတ်တွေစိတ်မပြေတော့အတွက်မယုံပြည့်သွေးညီမှုဆွဲတဲ့ခက်မှာငါတို့ကအိမ်မက်တွေကလေးပကြည်တော့ဆွဲအနာဂတ်နဲ့စိတ်တူမလို့နှလုံးသားနဲ့တပြေဒီမျိုးရဲ့မြေကြီးတွေမိုင်းတွေပါစေမဖြစ်တဲ့မျိုးတာရဲအချက်ကောင်းကြီး
那么这个我懂了，这个不一样，这个不过这个也不一样，严格这个看吧，还在讲这个，没什么。那个 A 1的，我忘了我叫啥，那个我还报着，啊？多少？Hello？ ဟုတ်ကိုဒါပေမဲ့ကိုမနေ့ကကျွန်တော်ချင်းပေးမှတော့ရမယ်တော့ကိုတော့ဒါဟုတ်ကျွန်တော်ကဘာလို့တော့အခုမှအဲ့ဒါဟိုတိုးနဲ့ချီးရတာဆိုတော့လေကျွန်တော်လည်းအဲ့ဒါကြောင့်မလို့ဟုတ်ကိုရောအဲ့ဒါကြောင့်မို့ပါပုံမှန်ဆိုရင်တော့အေးသေးပါဟုတ်ရတယ်နော်โอเคပါကိုရောအဲ့ဒါပဲတော့ဟုတ်ကိုရောအရင်လည်းမစော့ပါနဲ့ဟုတ်တော့တော့ဟုတ်ကိုရောကျွန်တော်လည်းမလိုက်ဆွေးလွှဲတယ်တော့ဟုတ်ကိုရောဒါပဲနော်
Hello.
他都我不要还是搞什么？地瓜还有中嘛地瓜这个是这样的。
There's a doubt, it's a coming long, get a ha ha ha. Meet the doubt, little sugar, and a buama. It's a beat of money, do I let you? A pip, Google, can you have any time?
Oh, sorry. Bố run ra để bố run ra để mà fan bố biết toàn này à bên chỗ làm àဒီလိုထိပြီးတော့ခုံလို့ရတယ်ကွာ။ဘာမှမဟုတ်။ခွေးကိုလည်းထိပြီးခုံလို့ရတယ်။好说啊，明天讲你有病了。我发现你们毛东西我了，有嘛阿干的。你是打啥的？你是阿干的。ခုမှကန်ကောင်းကြီးငါဆောင်းဝဲကြောင်းကန်ကြရတယ်လို့ပြောလို့ဘုံတက်တာဆိုတော့ဘာလို့လဲအဲ့ဒါလူတိုင်းအရင်ကတောက်ပေါ်နေတယ် Yeah, you can have it.
straight up killing them or getting aggressive, yeah, very difficult to get that sort of lane. So far, this is a game of Dota for OG. They get to play this time around. It's had the Stark improvement. Lands are not going too bad. Like, you gave up that first blood, but overall, your timbers are
I'm a big hustler that I did. Hey, freaky bitch, you're stack-minded. Nenya, call my pussy so tight. Twin way up, polo started to be so fly. Hey, so then voila, Kunelo shine. Meta, informer, Tunelo Majai. Road street, she died. Yao just a photo P died. Yao just a photo P died. South Sea, trim residency guy. Don't yam your flow, yeah. Don't yam your flow, what? Don't yam your flow, yeah. Don't yam your flow, what? Don't yam your flow, yeah. Don't yam your flow, what? Don't yam your flow, yeah. Don't yam your flow, what? Hey, shorty, they man low, go low, guy. Such a whole lot of cool, my don't low, thought. Body out, one side, yo, don't talk.
Can power through this on his own at least. And what Stormstormer can do. 3 points up in the Jingu right now. Would love to connect with this. Puck or somewhere else on the map. There are no points in the tree dance. Your rotation potential is there.
အစမပြေခြင်းတွေများစွာငါပြင်းနေခဲ့တဲ့ထားရချိန်တဲ့ပြည့်ချချာကမီအောင်ဆောင်တင်မထားရမိုက်ဖေအောင်ခဲ့တဲ့ပြားပြချင်းတွေကိုမဖြစ်မနေသားချဒီလိုတတ်ရှိလားပြချာနေရင်နေမိကလောဟာဒီလိုဝဲကဘာတို့ကစိတ်တို့ပုံပုံကြလို့လေးနေရလွဲဖို့မဆုံးဖြတ်နိုင်တဲ့ပြပြချင်းဆက်ရှောက်ရမင်းနေလမ်းမှာပဲအစမပြေနေတာမင်းတယောက်တော့မဟုတ်ဘူးကြည့်လိုက် Mr. Bello ဘူးကရလာတဲ့မဲတော်ကိုချိန်မျိုးမစိတ်ကြည့်တဲ့လောက်တဲ့သားရည်ကြရစနေဘလို့ပဲပြုံးပြတဲ့ကိုယ်တည်းဖုံးရမယ်ဘယ်လိုပဲခုံးကဝယ်ဆိုရတဲ့လုံးသမျှစကားပြေလို့ခမယ်လဲဝေလို့တော့ရွှေကျတဲ့ချိုးကိုထားခဲ့အများစုကကိုယ်လူသားနဲ့ဘူးလို့များပဲရန်ကြီးတဲ့ကိုယ်တို့ကိုဆိုးဆိုးရတဲ့ကနေဘူးတွေထမ်းတာရေးစားတဲ့သူချိန်လမ်းပြဖို့ရှာမလို့သူစိတ်စံကြောင့်ဝေဒနာတွေသူဝေးပန်းရှင်းစမှာကြမ်းတဲ့ကဆိုးတွေများဆိုတဲ့အိမ်မကောင်းမိုင်းပြောအိမ်မဆိုးမိုင်းပြောင်းတဲ့ကောင်းတယ်လို့ပဲဆောင်ကြောတင်းနေတဲ့ဆက်တော့ရမှာခက်ခဲတွေရှုံနေတဲ့အာမွေးရှိကိုဆက်ဖို့ဒိုးလိုက်ပင်မနဲ့ပြုံးမပြတ်ရုံထွက်ရင်းနဲ့စိတ်ကိုပြူလိုက်တခါတည်းရိုးကြိုက်တဲ့ဘွားတော်ဖူးထိုက်တဲ့တာကြီးကိုခံယူချက်နဲ့ခကြီးကိုဆက် life is so bright အပြေမှာသက်ရှူရခက်အောင်ရုံးကန်ရတဲ့တထုံးစလာမှတ်နိုင်မြူပြီးရေစုံမင်းရှုံးခံရတဲ့ they fuck off လုံးလိုက်တော့ဘကြီးက AC ပဲရွှေတဲ့ရင်ရွှေမရွှေတဲ့ရင်လည်းမေးတွေ့မယ်ဆိုတဲ့စကားတွေ clay အတွေ့စိတ်ကိုမိမောင်းတို့ဖြစ်ရှာပြီးဆွေးနွေးကြလာတဲ့တွေ့တဲ့ save it ခက်ခဲတဲ့ချိုးလို့ရှိတဲ့လေရင်ဆိုင်မှုဆုံးဖြတ်နောက်ပြမလဲဘူးကအဓိကပဲတပြေတွေချရင်နဲ့မနှက်ပြန်ပါဆက်ဖြစ်မလဲမသိရှစ်ဆက်မဲ့နာကသူရောက်အောင်သွားဖို့အတွက်စလှမ်းပြီးမျောလေးမဲရလာတဲ့ဒုက္ခတွေပုံပေါ်ထားထမ်းပြီးတော့ keep it real homie အဲ့ဒါဘဝနဲ့ကြီးကောင်းတိုင်းပေးနိုင်တာဖြစ်တာပဲရှိတယ်ကျုပ်တိုင်းတော့မပြောင်းတိုင်းဘုတ်တိုင်းလစ်စာလည်းကြီးပြဆောက်ပေါ်တွေရမ်းဝင်ထမ်းနေတဲ့ဘဝကကျန်းနေတဲ့ဖြစ်ပြန်လုံးနဲ့ကမ်းနေလမ်းနဲ့ရှစ်ချစ်လမ်းနဲ့ရမ်းဝင်လိုက်ဆွေးချကြတဲ့တိုင်းဝိုင်းကတတ်ညီးတွားတဲ့တိုင်းဝိုင်းကတတ်မိပွေးတဲ့တိုင်းဝိုင်းကတတ်ဒီတွေးတဲ့တိုင်းဝိုင်းကတတ်လင်းတော့တိုင်းဝိုင်းကတတ်ရေပေါ်ဒီတိုင်းဝိုင်းကတတ်ဒီ fucking mind that what that the bridge virus ရှောက်မဲ့လမ်းနဲ့ကျန်းနေတဲ့ဘဝကလည်းလည်းနေပွေးဖို့လည်းကနေတဲ့လမ်းနဲ့ရှစ်ပတ်တဲ့နေဒီစားတဲ့ဒီချိုးကိုတွေးဖို့တော့ဒီလေးကတော့ရှောက်ရွှေ့နေစေမှာရှိသူချက်ကိုပြောင်းနေတော့လည်းမလို့တာကောင်းတဲ့ပုံမထားနဲ့ချင်းချင်းရောင်းတဲ့ထူကြလေတာဟောင်းမဲ့မထား get ready to bright your future for me
you're still
something is better than nothing. Charlie, tazo le Charlie, got no lo south what I don't make it so much than the end and not a boss I don't make. Send me on in it and like a shit that you do with your pet and need a willing.
Oh my god, look at
I'm not but that I put down a kid and chicken and you ship up what I am a little chin and yet I'm a dead and body. People been bad, I can I can take a bomb and bomb the other than I get jam at you say that the Taja say the Taja say Sella say that just never love you will never say a chit out that way they shit is still I can't be able to do the magic of people say they got my life had a visual me way of no man design I didn't get just they got me the airborne and they tire me and made body south is out.
Darren does it. Who's he with? That's a live man.
better rotation top though. That is a big move. Every time he connects with the games, it's going to feel great. Waiting time is 66. That's 2 kills. That diffuser really 500 away. It's also gets his timber set back in the game. That might be a bigger factor for sure. Be able to take this tower down on top of it. No last hit though. What are you guys doing here? Somebody's got to get this going. That's just embarrassing. 1 game away from TI. Missing tower distance. That said, what a way better start. Look at these Devils. Doom is cruising right into the This is an
ကတွေကိုစုပြီးတိုးဝင်ခဲ့တယ်ပြောင်းလဲချက်ထားပြီးလုပ်တဲ့အရာရှိခဲ့ဘူး2017ဝင်းကျင်တော့မချင်းနေစားလို့ပြည့်တဲ့ချိန်မှာနားမကန်နေမလက်တွေပါလေလဲငါမတွေ့ခဲ့ဘူးနှစ်ချက်နှစ်ဖက်ကိုတဲ့ကြောင်းသွားရင်လည်း best star ပေါ်မှာဒူပန်တီရ rap တွေကိုတူတူနဲ့ညီးခဲ့ဘူးတဲ့စောင်းကောင်းတည်တဲ့ရှိစောင်းချပါတဲ့အိမ်ဘက်တွေရှိတဲ့ငါနာလူတော့တီးခဲ့ဘူးအဒီကကစင်မဲ့နဲ့ဆန္ဒခုပဲလို့တဲ့ဆုံးပြတဲ့ကအုံနောက်နှလုံးသားကိုညီလို့တဲ့နူးညံ့မှုလည်းခံစားတဲ့ general rap တွေကိုလည်းဆိုတဲ့ဒီနိုင်ငံမှာထင်မကြီးတဲ့ rap ဘဝလိုပဲလို့စောက်တဲ့သေးတဲ့ကြီးတဲ့မျက်လုံးတွေကပြားရီဒါတွေကို like you say မင်းအမတပန်းရှုံးသွားပြီးအုတ်ထုတ်ကိုနောက်တဲ့ဆောင်းအဲ့လူတွေကိုပြုံးပြပြီးရှိလာတဲ့ရှုံးရတဲ့ကြီးတဲ့ဆုံးစားမရှိခဲ့ခဲ့ချမ်းတဲ့ပဲလေ It's okay we don't fucking care Life is struggle trick you're the lowest started from the bottom now we here damn right you can think it that be the things that means that just yeah we don't need it now you're the good you down not for the street it's cool to be with it that good to be my day job here
Oh my god, that's all my man. That's it, guy.
I've seen it a couple times. It's not as uncommon as you think.
It was always the big snake.
Really? That's maybe it's because some big snake players are right. You gotta bring out the biggest. He doesn't think he's not a big record mentality. He's always playing
Life is misery, you got got it, get it on your job like a cool to the personality. Thinking I need swing it, be so thought, that I need a dominant of a beat ever what. Sorry, don't shout, he may yam at bang out, and she may down. I say nice, I'm not in the world, I'm not my no you don't know the direction, I thought I'm gone like that. Nobody knows me, y'all can be equal like that. I'm falling in love, bitch. I'm falling in love with myself. I fall in love with myself for one night. Fall in love, fall in love, fall in love. I fall in love with myself for one night.
Power of the shaman. It's not the mega warp. Gets the job done.
Oh, no, I'm good. My nice.
super strong. Turns into Roche takes his heart.
六个你的 CP 下巴都斜呀，奥马里斯机构暴露一些呀，那个手里小小哑巴露一些呀，谁抢到钱你们下路吧，斜呀，六个你的 CP 撇头路吧，斜呀，把身里的路小们拉路吧，斜呀，那边进我家来有把布，斜呀。
That's kind of it. And if you run into these tanky targets, you're not guaranteed to just kill them. So you really have to find a bulky king. He sure has dodge now. Of course, he has the Aegis hand and his bulky king, so you're also fighting him pretty well. This is not phase mode. This is costing you so much time in this game. But you're trying to use these blink that you can understand. Just tough to
At the least with the moves they're making and the way that OG is avoiding them, it does mean that it's OG, they're not really pressuring the ground, so it's giving some good space for Ghost to sort of keep up. They don't do with the other cores. You know, Ghost, his progression is still pretty good.
Oh, yeah,
At level 13, once he gets the Hurricane Pike, he'll be that little bit more slipperier in the team fights. So, you know, that 4K lead, it was a few minutes ago, right? So far, it hasn't grown during this Aegis timer. You know, if they can continue to play like Nigma Galaxy, make sure they don't lose any of the tier 2s, for example, during the Aegis. I think, you know, it never is.
我越来年一点看不上，因为三毛单是人，三毛能一出来，我越来看了没有。
ရန်ကုန်မြို့ပြရဲ့ဘဝမှာဘသူတွေဘယ်လိုချိုးလာခဲ့ကြလဲမရိုးသားတဲ့စကားနဲ့ရိုးသားတဲ့အမှားဆိုတာဘယ်လိုမှမခွဲမရခဲ့တာဟိုစကလေးကစစ်မှန်မှုဆိုတာဖိုးခါလည်းများတယ်ဘာပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်ရှေ့ကိုဆက်တိုးမှပဲရမယ်ချိုးကလည်းတော့လည်းပဲနိုင်ငံရေးနဲ့ရောတွေးစာမောတုကဝမ်းမီမင်းတို့ထိုးချလည်းရတယ်မင်းတို့ပဲလက်ပြလို့ပြီးစင်ချင်နေတဲ့စစ်ပွဲချက်ကပြီးတော့ဆင်းပဲပြင်မဲ့ဒီလိုမျိုးဝတ္ထုကိုခင်တွေ့ပေမဲ့လေဆုံးရှုံးခဲ့ရတဲ့ကြောက်ပဲရှင်းဝဲကြည့်ခွဲပြီးတော့ hip hop ဆိုတော့ပြင်လဲရေးပဲဘာလို့မင်းတို့ရဲ့ရုပ်စိတ်နဲ့ခန္ဓာတွေပါငါတို့ကိုပုံချစ်တဲ့ရဲရှာခြင်းတွေလည်းလုံးစိတ်နဲ့ပြန်လာဖြစ်ပြောင်းလုံးစိတ်နဲ့ rapper တွေငါတို့ကတော့ရှေ့ကိုဆက်ပြီးသွားမယ်မနဲ့ချင်မှာမဟုတ်ဘူးဘာကြီးကဘာမှမပြေနိုင်ခွင့်ကြားတယ်ပြချစေဒီလိုကသုံးတော့အားလုံးကိုချစ်တဲ့စိတ်နဲ့ကြည့်မယ်ထာဝရမြေအဲ့ဒါထားချတယ်ဒီချင်းကလမ်းတွေပေါ်မှာရှောင်းမယ်ဒီလိုကသုံးတော့ဘူးဒါကြီးကိုဘသူပေါ်မှာဘောပြရထားခဲ့ကိုကောင်းတဲ့ကိုချောင်းမတွေ့နေပြီရက်တယ်မရှိဘူးဆက်လို့သွားမယ်လမ်းရှောင်းမှာဘလို့ပြောင်းလဲတွေ့ရှေ့လောက်ချက်ရှိတဲ့လို့ဒီမှာစကိမဆိုင်နဲ့အဲ့လိုတိုးတော့နဲ့တွေ့တဲ့တီးနဲ့အိမ်မက်ဆိုတူလို့ဟိုဟောင်းနဲ့နေပြီးငါကမှပိုကောင်းတဲ့နေရှိမယ်ဒီကရေးကြီးအကြောင်းနဲ့တော့ပြန်ရထားတယ်ပေါ့ဒီဆောက်ဖြစ်အခြေအနေထဲမှာမင်းတို့တော့ပြန်ရတာအားငယ်လို့ဆိုတာကိုဒီအပူဆိုရမှာစိတ်ချိန်နဲ့ကြတယ်သူအားလုံးပဲတက်ကြီးတဲ့ဒီလိုလမ်းကိုပေါက်ကြမယ်တို့ဆက်ရှောက်မယ်ဟုတ်စဉ်းစားတဲ့ drone မြင်နေရတဲ့လူလိုက်အပြစ်သားတွေကြီးပဲဒါတော့မှရေကားမြင်ကြနေ play တွေလာပြီးတော့ဖင်ရနေလီးပဲအောက်ချစ်စတေးကလူရန်သားတရက်ပေါ်မှာပြချလေးပြီးတယ်မင်းတို့ထုံးလိုက်အဲ့ဒီဘောင်တွေကမင်းတို့ပြန်ပြီးငါဖင်ရနေကြည့်ပဲမင်းမြင်ကြည့်လိုက်ရန်ကုန်မြို့ကတစ်နေ့လုံးတင်သားတွေဘောကနေစေပြီးသားစုဆွေးတော့ကားတွေထွေးပိုက်လို့အဲ့ဒီအန်ဒီရဲတွေကြားထဲမှာသွားကြည့်လဲသွားနေရအိမ်လုံးစောင်းနေအတွက်အိမ်လုံးပဲနားမနေရမင်းတို့ပြောတဲ့ရေပေါ်စီလူရန်သားတရက်တွေကဘွားတွေချအလုံးစင်ပြေလောက်မဲ့စကားကိုလိုက်ရှာပြောရလဲမတွေ့ဒီကုန်မှုတွေကြားတဲ့ short ကမြင်တွေ့ဘူးမလိုက်တော့ကလည်းမပေးတိုင်းတို့ငါလည်းငါစိတ်ပြောငါရှာပြီးတော့ပြောတာပဲအတို့နိုင်ငံတွေတိုင်းနာကတည်းပြန်ပြီးဘူးမော်လာမယ်တနေ့ရောက်သေးတော့ခေါင်းတွေတော့မငုံခဲ့ဆက်လေးတိုင်းမှာတန်းနဲ့လုံးနဲ့ဒီကရက်ဆက်လို့တချို့အသက်ဆက်ဖို့အတွက်တစ်ချက်ကြရင်ဖြတ်တယ်ခုတ်တယ်မှန်တယ်မားတယ်တွေတန်းကတည်းကရာဒီဦးကိုတိုင်းစားကြည့်မယ်ကိုစိတ်လာတဲ့မုံတိုင်းများရှိတဲ့ကြချို့ပင်တွေပြတ်ထွက်ကုန်တဲ့ခိုင်းကတီးကနေစောက်ကောင်းတော့မဟုတ်ဘူးသို့တော့စားနေတဲ့ကန်တွေကတမင်းကတန်းနေလေးလွှိုင်းဆက်ပြီးရေးထားတဲ့ rap တွေအဲ့လောက်မှမတန်းဘူးဆိုလဲစောက်ခွက်ကိုပြစ်သွားလိုက်တစ်ချက်ချင်းဟိုကဖဲနေတဲ့ထားမနေဘူးဘာမှဒီဟာနေတဲ့ရောမနေဘူးထားမှငါတို့ဒီမှာကိုသားပြီးနေခဲ့တဲ့တန်းမှဒီလွတ်လပ်မှုနဲ့ကာယံကိုလက်ထိတ်နဲ့ခတ်မရကြောင်းမဖြစ်တဲ့ကိစ္စကြောင်းမရှင်းတဲ့ဖေးယူပြတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင်းမရှင်းလေဒီစင်နဲ့အများရှောက်သွားတဲ့တန်းပေါ်အခွင့်အရေးအတွက်ကောင်းမနေခဲ့ဖတ်တူသားမှဆိုလဲအသားတီးပြလိုက်ပဲရှူဆွားပြီးမင်းတို့အားလုံးဆိုင်စလို့ကိုက်ဖက်အတို့ရှိတဲ့ overseas day one တွေကအတိုင်းဒီနဲ့ဒီကရဲ့လက်ထဲကမိုင်းနေ
那我A G 稍微有点理解这个。我也拿外语讲过。就人家有些光光的没有。
pretty deep.
Kyle,
That
I
was
know, let me tell you,
deep and pretty
yeah.
greedy.
I mean, Samel did have to buy back, but yeah, they'll take that Nigma Galaxy. It gets OG pushed back. They get themselves a couple of kills. And I said, but both these teams, sometimes, something about these teams, sometimes they take it a little too far.
I would agree with that. That said, I would still prefer that OG play like this than more skittish, right? Because I think this is a game where you have a lead and you can continue to snowball it and just completely run the enemy over. And honestly, like you said, you got the puck buyback. That's not even that bad of a trade, right? You did some serious damage to Sumail here. This Centaur is not going to scale into anything crazy right now. So if you debilitate the puck, then you're really looking at a one-core lineup here on Nigma Galaxy. That is just ghost on this drow. So all you have to do is itemize and worry about him and continue to build the lead here. We'll see Manta done for him, so a second defensive item. And we're going to see Nigma Galaxy smoke and try and use it here. But again, who do you want to run into here if you're Nigma? The Ags Timber or the two other cores with BKB?
It's got to be a Monkey King. Storm's BKB still important for it. Shaman. They tell us there's anything else with the Stampede. They've got eyes on Kadara. Moving across, they're going to take down the Tyrus.
Nice strike.
Again, good angle here for the Wukongs come out. Down in the midst of them all, the Ghost will be able to force away the Hurricane Pike. Turns back over towards the Timber, but with the Ags up. No threat at all, and Shad, he's got his hands on GH. Nigma Galaxy have to scramble out of there. They try and see what they find. They do get 2 support kills. They only lose the one themselves, and you know, Dave's coming in with the buyback as well towards the end of that. So, all things said and done, not a terrible hit for Nigma Galaxy to come in with.
As long as you get Ghost in and get him out, I feel like any kills are pretty good. You're closing in on the Centaur Ags, that's going to help him a lot in the fight as well. So he'll be a utility Centaur. So you're hitting some timings here as Nigma Galaxy. I mean, not the big core kill you wanted out of that, but you take what you can get, shaman buyback. Goes a little way to improve your morale here.
At least now for Nigma Galaxy, they don't have to be concerned about any of them just being in play. Might give them sort of the strength to try and see if they can catch OG split up on the map. 10k behind, sitting back's never going to feel good for Nigma Galaxy. As OG just continue this doom, just see if they can do anything about it. Samel, jump, but hasn't really quite got anyone else near. And now Shad, in fact, is coming straight for Samel. Considering dropping down the doom, he will.
He's dead.
He's in with the doom, and Samel is going to regret poking the doom down there as they just turn and kill Samel. And that's in dead for 70 seconds, Avery.
That's a dieback right there on the timer. They lose another career. I mean, just don't poke the bear, right? Like, this is not the guy you want to mess with unless you're bringing the whole squad. You pay a big price. Again, the quick response time from OG, particularly the Stormstorm Monkey, feels like Nigma Galaxy are just not ready for not respecting it in this game. You can split push this game. You can ride it out. You can hit your item timings, but if you keep deleting heroes around the map like this, it's not going to yield you any sort of position to turn the game around. Like, you're making Ghost life harder and harder every time you lose couriers and heroes off the map. There's a Shadow Blade. Another very aggressive choice for OG in this game, but one I can absolutely see paying off. Like, you just Shadow Blade in with this monkey and start a fight with dropping Wukong on somebody. Pretty brutal for Nigma Galaxy to deal with.
哎呀，我的，我这有操作的，俺得学会了，是吧？我这个。
Ready to start bringing the push in on this bottom lane. Get that tier 1 that's stood for quite some time if they want to pressure on for it. Roshan is up, so definitely something that's going to be on the minds of both of the teams. OG, of course, in this spot where it'll be a little easier for them to set it up themselves. Oh, look at this Stormstormer. He's on the hunt, and he's found GH hiding in the trees. GH will try and slide away to safety with the Force and the Glimmer, and it will work.
Okay.
Alright, so it will work.
Actually gets out.
That was getting enough damage in to kill him before TP, so GH will survive. And off the back of that, Nigma Galaxy trying to catch Stormstormer off guard. Coming in with a smoke wraparound, anticipating, you know, in case Stormstormer does take this route down the side of the map.
Look at this wave. I mean, they're thinking this guy, he's not going to turn down 4 range creeps, right? But they actually abandoned that play.
Yeah, they're getting cold feet. I mean, the TPs are coming over as well. Your Shad is in the neighborhood.
Well, they want Roche. This is very aggressive.
Yeah, you can't get the Roche shot. Surely not. The Stampede's there. They have to bail out as soon as they see Shad. Yeah, the Roche attempt was a bit of a hopeful one there from Nigma Galaxy, one that they don't get very far into. Now, at least they don't lose anyone for it. And that was Shad committing him with the BKB. So now that they know the Doom's BKB's on cooldown for like the 80 seconds, maybe they can try and get the jump here, Nigma Galaxy. But OG, they're pretty prepared.
Daze is just going in. These guys just don't have fear, man. They're just going in. He just drops the boards.
He's just ready to play.
I mean, this is not going to yield anything. It feels like Nigma Galaxy are getting some stuff out of OG in this Roche defense sequence, whatever you want to call it. That's some gold for Ghost. He's going to clean them all up. That's like 300 gold in the drought. Not too shabby.
It's coming very close to the BKB now. Just about a recipe away from it on the gold. Samael, seeing what he could see out there. Stormstormer is equipped with that gem ready to ensure that the Green Coats won't save anyone again if he gets their hands on him.
It's a big item for him.
Yeah.
Especially combined with this Shadow Blade. Like, he's a big vision threat around the map. He's just in again. This man just doesn't care. Oh, he got his tree cut.
Oh, he did. Is that going to be enough to get Omar? The Stellar Corpse, he comes in new. He's able to drag Omar out of there. The combination of the tree cut and the agony Omar. Omar survives.
There's no way he should survive there. What? You gotta watch the timber chains into these fights.
Oh,
what a strike.
That was nasty. Straight down the middle here for Stormstorm, catching the two of them. They use the Stampede to try and get away.
Gotta catch something here.
I mean, they're using the BKBs and stuff as well. This Mixer's BKB popped. They're not getting
How
anything.
they get nothing?
And Nigma Galaxy's even teasing back at them. They jump back in with the boost onto Mixer. Ghost laying down the multi-shot on the side, jumping from Samael. They're keeping Mixer relatively low. I mean, they are not fighting like a team that's 13k behind here, Avery. They're pulling some moves in Nigma Galaxy.
I don't really understand how they're just getting out of situation after situation. I mean, that was a two-man battleless strike in with a solid Wukong, but it feels like every time you engage, this Stampede or this cart bails that target out. And you don't want to commit all of your supports in and just get songed into some clump. Kind of an awkward spot in the game for OG. You have this big lead, you're way stronger. We can see them playing super aggressive, but you can't find the control of the lockdown to convert on these kills.
Yeah, that next fight, Ghost is going to have the BKB. But yeah, they weren't able to use this lead that they had to sort of get the chance to find the kills in the midst of these team fights. They don't get the Roshan. Roshan's going to now move down to the bottom half, which might play a bit more favourably to Nigma Galaxy if they can get the setup around here. Yeah, BKB on Drow. I think Nigma Galaxy's happy to try and find another fight. OG's going to come looking for them with the smoke. See if they can get a quick pick, because of course with this lead still that OG have, as soon as they sort of get one core, it's going to snowball very fast back into them getting the Roshan, getting the push going. So still in a very tense spot for Nigma Galaxy. But doing their best to fight the advantage that OG have. OG, I'm going to find G8, it's just to make the jump onto an illusion.
Nice break from GH there. Knew the position exactly, and it's another wasted attempt here from OG. This game is just getting stalled and stalled, and puck farming top. You have this Roche that's on your side of the map now, that BKB for the Drow. Little things going Nigma Galaxy's way here. I feel if you're OG, you can just go in the pit, drop the wards, and threaten the Roche. And you can just BKB Wukong at the end of it. Not allow for a sleep steal. That is always an option here if you feel like your aggressive attempts are being thwarted too much. Force Nigma Galaxy into you instead of trying to chase them. That's where the Centaur's a lot weaker. I'll be really surprised if they don't back up and force the Roche after they claim this hill. This looks like the time to do it.
Nigma Galaxy. Can they? You think they just don't have the time to sort of head to the pit now?
I mean, your best play at this Roche is to sleep and go for steals or something. But again, they can't just BKB for it.
I mean, GH might. You're right. He's close, but no, Roshan goes down too quickly. OG able to secure the Roshan, get the Aegis on Stormstormer.
Really tough contest there. When you lose all your vision of this Gem Monkey, like you just don't know where the Shadowblade Monkey is. You don't know if he's in the pit or he's around the pit. In that case, the Doom was kind of lurking outside of it. It's a very tough approach, and that Song Steal's not even guaranteed. So you rather just keep your heroes up, push at the map. You gotta remember that first Aegis period didn't work out super well for OG, right? It kind of got stalled out. They found some pickoffs, but then Nigma stabilized the game. want to get a bit more done with it. Here's he's looking for Jewish will find it. Pesky Nigma. And there's a gem up on Nigma's side too. So Sumail running around with his gem plus Lincoln's on the puck. Pretty tough catch, and he's getting them some map control back. That's a good sign for Nigma Galaxy. If you can take some wards off the map and get some deep ones of your own out, then you can push this game a lot harder.
Times 10 still massive for Nigma Galaxy. Still able to find some objectives despite the large lead against them.
Stormstormer?
He's going to get it.
Completely stolen.
I mean, he's going with it for the BKB, but the Stampede is there. They have the shackles onto Omar, so this time Omar will fall. Stormstormer wants to try and turn this in for more as he looks towards Sumail. Sumail seems able to jump out. He is into the trees, another wall away, but the panel this does
you get
cancel
him?
the two of them. Sumail's still able to jump away though. Noob has been slowed down and he's caught in the circle more. The Root
Oh, nice.
They'll kill off Noob as well. Stormstormer, he just going in and it works out.
His aggression's paid off time and time again. This time they get the connection with the shuttle. That's the lockdown you need. Instant TP bottom, Shadow Blade. He's looking for some more here off that play as well. He's playing this game really well with the monkey. This pick has worked out fantastic. There's just nobody who can fight this guy. Like, who's going to stand there and fight this monkey back when he just runs into your entire team? It's only if the drow is in position. Even like, this is literally just 1v4. Man doesn't care.
Just going in. Forces out the Stampede, still gets the kill with the help of Daze. And indeed getting that extra one. Even getting close to threatening Sumail. Sumail only just getting out towards the end of that.
Yeah, they almost messed up the card thing. Like, they tried to card him out and they both got stunned. Sumail's like, alright, screw the card. I'm just getting out on my own. Like,
He's walking.
I'm not going in that one. That is a 1-star Uber right there.
Football's on Shad, so it'll be even easier for him to join the action. And just how much net worth he's got, it's going to be pretty devastating, these fights for Nigma Galaxy when the Doom turns up. 25k net worth, 35 minutes in. Daze. Let me see if he catches Sumail out, but Sumail, yeah, he's not going to risk trying to go in for the wisdom.
Wisely so.
Could be his death, yeah.
You still have to respect that there's an Aegis on this monkey, which means OG can show Stormstormer on opposite parts of the map of where they're looking for the catch pretty safely. And that gives them a lot of map control right now, so you can't be too aggressive with these random solo plays or pickoffs. Just got to get to your next set of items and win the fight when the Aegis expires, which should be Aghanims for the Drow. That's the next big pickup here for Nigma. I mean, Ghost's going to be pretty strong with that Axe, particularly if you can get some of the stacks and pops on people.
This is it's still very much, I feel, a carryable game for Ghost. We've seen Nigma Galaxy, some of the games they've had, even when they've been in worse situations, Ghost has still managed to sort of have decent impact in the last few team fights before they lose the game. He's still kind of getting kills. In this game, he's absolutely not out of it. He's still there, second in net worth. It's just the fact that Shad's Doom is having such a ridiculous game. There's that big lead, but outside of that, this Drow is still kind of where Ghost would hope to be, kind of 36 minutes in a close game. So to be able to still achieve that whilst the team there this far behind, definitely still gives a little bit of hope for Ghost.
I agree. Like, his position is totally fine. You wouldn't ask for too much better here on the Drow. Though the rest of the team's position, you'd like it to be a little better, but
It ain't.
he can carry these games. Like, he does a crazy amount of damage, but so much of that is dependent on the positioning and the formation Nigma Galaxy have in the fight. If the Drow gets gap closed and shackle, Wukonged, whatever, it's going to be tough to bail him out. You do have the cart, you have Stampede, but we've seen, like, the Centaur can also die really fast this game. You might even be in a spot where you can just doom the Centaur, honestly, and then just run them down, and maybe you don't end up killing the Drow, but you're still going to win the fight because you remove some of the saves from play. That could also be a route they go, because trying to doom this Lincoln's puck seems pretty difficult.
No, for sure, yeah. You want to get the Doom on the Centaur, and you want to get the Shaman getting their hands on the Naga Siren, and then that's going to give you a pretty good shot of just having the Monkey King Stormstormer getting in and killing someone off. Sure, they'll still have like the odd saves here. Outside of that, Omar with the escape act. But if you can get those 2 catches on those 2 heroes, it's going to set Storm up for success in these team fights.
Right, to me, it's like in OG, I don't even think you have to barrel in and kill the drow that early. You just have to threaten the drow so Nigma take the fight and then just kill everybody else. You're going to be happy with that as well.
There we go. Gotta watch out for Daze. He's been masterful in the captures. This time it's just an illusion, but they know not to blow anything else on that.
It's Parasma for Sumail. And there's some damage online for Nigma Galaxy. You do have to respect this Puck and Drow and what they're doing. Maybe just play for that next Aegis. Could be OG's game plan. Just keep scaling the 3 cores up here. They're all pretty beastly right now. Look at they got the Shivas, they got the AC, they got Scotty on the Monkey King. These are some seriously powerful items going into that next fight.
Got eyes on Storm, and it's going to force the BKB out from the straightaway. I'll make the jump over towards Noob.
He's getting
A lot of
chunked.
damage coming in from Ghost. Storm's got to keep his distance. Ghost
Is he
trying to
dead?
reach in to get the kill, to get the catch with the Will of Wonder. They've got him. Stormer goes down. Daze will likely fall as well. They're using the Song Seal to maybe set up for more here on the chase. See if they can get their hands on towards Mixer in the trees.
Well, that
This is where
song
the
was
chain.
not good. Well, they got the shaman in the end, but it almost cost them 2 kills. They blinked out.
It still gets the job done. You know, it wasn't that bad.
It almost backfired. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a bad song, but like that almost backfired pretty hard. The shaman blinked out, almost escaped. This Jakiro blinked out. The idea was good, but what ended up happening was it was almost pretty bad. That said, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You get 3 here, and you punish Stormstormer. He doesn't Wukong. Takes so much damage.
Yeah, and just an excellent Wheel of Wonder there from Omar coming at the edge. Just saw the hesitation for Stormstormer. He's like, oh, back in action though. Uh-oh, Ghost is dead. He's very dead for 90 seconds. So Nigma Galaxy might have had a little bit of a moment of glory, but then bam, it's now back to reality.
Not a fun reality. There's still a lot of damage between all 3 of these cores of OG. You have to respect them. Especially if you give them a position like that. Like, you're just hitting this tower with Drow. Of course they're going to jump you. Right? You just jump through everybody pop BKBs. What do you do?
Yeah, a bit of a rare slip up there from Ghost. Doesn't normally make those sort of mistakes. But dead for quite a while. And that last play, taking down the 3 of them, Nigma Galaxy winning that team fight, was definitely had the potential to be the start of a bit of a comeback. But getting shot back down like that, losing the Drow, it's going to keep OG fueled up and ready to go for the next team play.
It's also just not the time to make that play when the Roche spawn is up. You don't know exactly when this is going to spawn. There's an amp damage in the river. You maybe could have gotten that. Like, there were bigger prizes on the map and setting the map up that.
他有时候上来一上来以后，这边人没有，我倒发现他妈是难度的。我倒发，而且这个出来，这个。
What? Oh my god!
This has gotten horribly awkward. Well, GH will summon try and run away. He'll be able to save himself, but that's Noob and Sumail dead.
That's Gem as well. He just got blown up by that Wukong rolling death. Holy crap. They got another catch.
他妈有他妈让难受。
Oh, they got the neutral free. Oh, there we go.
Well, that's something. I feel like they were so confused by that amp damage deny that they didn't realize they were getting smoked on.
Yeah, I
just got blown
they're
up.
like, well, okay, that happened. But yeah, back to a big 15k lead here, pretty much for OG. Ghost.
And refresher on chat. That was the huge deal. Like, he has a second refresher to refresh BKB and get another Doom if you need it. So much firepower to see. I mean, that's just PM right there.
Oh, Doom. Drop down onto Ghost. Shad, can he chase this up? He wants to finish the job. And with Daze coming into the side with that X, they will finish the job. That's Ghost dead again, 90 seconds.
What's happening in this game, man?
They had that one good kind of team fight in the mid. They get the 3 of them, and then somehow everything got worse after they did something good.
Yeah, it's bizarre, man.
然后他们这个
It's
那
like
个
all
回来
he
这个。
needed to win the game was for Nigma to win a team fight somehow.
啊
But
我
they
们
didn't. That's what
That
we're
might be
seeing.
true.
Yeah.
That might be true here. It's very awkward, but now it just feels over because you bled out this drow 2 times. Didn't get anything out of his timings, and I mean these cores are just way too big now. There's way too much gold on this timber as well. He's almost level 25. The monkey's the least of your problems.
Storm's done. Yeah, he's in. He's in. And we'll be whipped back out and obtain the beasts. Bringing the bomb. Great way for ready to take that tier 2 tower and to approach the high ground once more.
It all started with that room deny. It just crumbled after that, dude. Like the morale loss was too large.
Nigma Galaxy. They were able to kind of swing back with a punch when they were down 13k. Let's see if they're able to do it when they're now down 22k. Gold against OG. Nearly got the Aghanims on Samel. He's getting close to level 25 as well, so they do continue to hit these timings. But still this overall ginormous lead.
Oh, thế bao nhiêu hả? Cái ít rồi.
Forced out here.
That was incredibly aggressive. Like a refresher shot on the shaman just to re-blink shackle the dude.
No, I don't know.
Still ages for 2 minutes, so you can just play around that on the high ground and send the timber in if you really want the frontliner to be reliable here. And there is no buyback right now from Ghost. That's a big life Nigma Galaxy is missing right now. Would love for him to get a couple hundred more gold here. Have it for the base defense. You're gonna need it.
Pick themselves up another gem on Noob. They're going to try and do their best to just maintain vision control around their base in preparation for this high ground defense. They're going to have to come in as soon as OG. They're definitely going to be hungry looking for the high ground jump. Once they have this Aegis still.
If they can get the Ags on Sumail before this fight breaks out, that'd be a big win. I'm not sure it's enough damage to win the fight, but at least you have a chance then. And I'd be really surprised if OG do not try and force the high ground with the next wards plus this Aegis timer on Stormstorm. Because he's also level 25 now on the monkey, so you just go in with the Aegis, drop the Mega Wukong, drop the Shaman wards, you're going to get the Megas at least. Like, even if you lose the fight, you're still going to come out ahead.
He's ready to cheese it up with the block.
That's pretty nice. Throw that on the Monkey King or the Timber if you want to just let him go in.
So be careful about how they go for the high ground here. OG. 25 seconds until he'll be able to get that full Aghanims online. Samel, here's the push. Wards and the banner down. Noob's going to get with John, but who's not catching the 2 of them shot? He'll get the Doom down onto the Sentinel straight away. Stormstorm moves into the back lines and put the Nullifier down onto Ghost. Ghost will be able to back away. Noob buys back immediately. GH has the song here to hold them back. Omar will be able to escape Mixer just in time to survive. They'll use the fortification. Can they push them back anymore though? Because the tier 3 is still going to go down. Nigma Galaxy only losing Noob there. Can they do anything in return? They've got the full Aghanims on Sumail, so a big increase to the damage output from this puck. And looks like OG, they're playing it cautious for a little. They'll back off. They know that they're in no rush. They don't want to let this game slip away from them. With a 30k lead, everything is pointing towards them being able to close it up, but they can't let this one slip away.
Just wait for another Wukong. That's the biggest factor here. 30 seconds for that ult on Stormstormer. You really want to fight without it? You do have the Aegis still, but...
Okay. I mean,
Tempted fate.
Just mix it straight. Is he feeling still pretty invincible on the Timber Saw, and rightfully so, they can barely put a dent into it.
I mean, I feel like you just wait Shaman wards Wukong and you go in again, because there's no glyph. And there's no way Nigma can fight under the Wukong.
Yeah,
They can kite it out. They can shoot some arrows from beyond the arc, but cannot take the man fight in Lucky without us.
Sneak caught by the hit stop. That's coming in from Ghost.
Oh, what a wheel!
Really quickly, the wheel indeed as well. Controlling the turn, and that's going to be Stormstormer down the once. Ghost, trying to Hurricane Pike away, but the Hex catches him. Daze has to follow up Shackles. Omar trying to bail him out with the escape act. Ghost trying to run. The nullifier will catch on towards him. Omar comes in with the buyback. Ghost will get back to the fountain. So the Jeep goes to life, but OG, they've managed to push back Nigma Galaxy so they can set up to claim this bottom set of ground to the Wukong's command and the Serpent Ward's down. They'll find it.
That's what they wanted.
Mega creeps. Job
They
done
got
here
what
for
they
OG.
came. It wasn't the prettiest, honestly. That was not a bad. Fight for Nigma Galaxy. If that fight wasn't for the last set of barracks, they probably would have been happy because they got the Stampede off as the Doom went on the Centaur. So Noob's able to survive, and we were able to kite out that fight on the Ghost. Stroud didn't have to
FPS?
buy back there.
I thought this was a MOBA.
All right, well now, you save the bad jokes for Fog, you don't have to put them on me.
But fuck, he's not here. Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, that's why. The list of people willing to put up with this is dwindling.
Well, what have we got next? What's the plan for Nigma Galaxy? They're mega creeps.
Yeah, I mean,
9 minutes in.
your plan's probably go game 3, right? Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
This is a tough one to turn around. Maybe you have some like crazy base defense with loading this Drow in the cart and some Hags coil, but I think you need 25 ounces mail 100%. That could be something that changes the course of the fights a little bit. This Dream Coil piercing, because the BKBs have been a big problem for you. Like the Doom just double BKBs in the fight. You have nothing. You're just running at your own team. So that could be a big talent here for Smail. He will get it here. And he does do some damage with Plasma Hags, Precision Aura.
Proved to be absolutely key, coming in as this final pick from them in the draft. Played it fantastic. You know, this man was ready to pop off after just not having a fun time in game 1. And he really did. Took over the map completely. Said, Dace, this guy blew me away. great stuff on the Shaman. His sort of initiations, like, it was terrifying. You know, I wouldn't want to be near the Galaxy because you step anywhere, you get in Hex, you get in Shackled, and then he's even popping refresher to Hex and Shackle you again. Like, he is just in there. And we're seeing it here with this aggression. Worked absolutely beautifully for them. And just, a little bit too much for Nigma Galaxy. They did try and put up a good fight. You know, they managed to push the game out to the later stages, Nigma Galaxy, but could never quite turn it over.
I think they did a decent job stabilizing from the position they were in, but that early game was just way too rough. I mean, you said it best, like, this Stormer Monkey King, he played it fantastic. The pick was super good and put a lot of pressure on Nigma's draft. They don't have heroes that can fight him early, and he just took this game over. Really solid itemization. I think he used all his item types pretty well in this game. Like, he got a lot of value out of the defusal. In the early game, he got a good value out of the BKB in a couple fights, just manning up 1v4 like that top lane. And then the Shadow Blade ended up working really well. Like, he was able to gap close some heroes just off the Shadow Blade pretty reliably, especially when you take away the gem from Nigma Galaxy a couple times this game because you're snowballing. I like the optimization of this game. It worked out really well. That is going to be a scary hero going into that game 3. You're going to have to keep it in the back. You don't want to give this Monkey King away in a game like that. And the day Shaman, that was playing to win, not to lose. Like, he was so aggressive that game. I loved it. It was awesome to see. I did mention at the start, I was a little concerned about this noob Centaur. And what he was going to be able to find, particularly since his lane was rough. He was playing against a Timbersaw Monkey King. I think this pick was just not at it. Got punished really hard by OG in the draft, and nobody can help him have a better game. He just got thrown to the wolves.
Yeah, that makes it, a tough game in game 1, but here game 2 on his Timber, able to pick it up. Even though he didn't sort of have the easiest start again in this laning phase, got to the point where he could very much be that frontliner. You sort of have kind of the dual frontlining really of him and Daze. Daze was sort of jumping in, and then Mixer was just sort of throwing his body in, just sort of creating this wall that made it more and more difficult for Ghost to really ever be able to sort of find a safe position to sit and dish out the damage of the Drow with this Timber just constantly in his face.
That's the problem in this game. You have to put the Drow in a position where she can sit there and just arrow people, and your frontline is breaking way too fast. Right? If your frontline is just getting jumped, they don't even have to jump the Drow because they're killing your Centaur. Your puck earlier was so fast. Your formation's gone before you know it. You have to make some big adjustments going into game 3.
You do, and I'm sure they will. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to game 3. Will be the final game of this Western European Regional Qualifiers, where we're going to find out if OG or Nigma Galaxy are going to the International 2025. Don't go anywhere, we'll have a short break and we're going to be back with game 3.
The human body was built to move, not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you. Gamers, hybrid workers, artists. Backing your every move.
What the fuck? sợ vậy luôn rồi chén chả phải thì có sợ phật à này chú mình sẽ ai trình lại phải không mà bảo emoji bỏ không bảo emoji nó thả cái đó cũng không nè nó phải cho vào đi đó DNA đấy nó sản phẩm hay gì vậy tiêu xả nó tập phải là nghe mấy bạn cái gì hay rất là sợ tiêu xả rồi nhưng mà em dây đầu đó hả? Thôi thôi, cố đi đâu nữa ở dạ ấy à rồi cái gì mà của con chị đặt sao mà tôi có một cái gì cái sau này vào đâu rồi sai cô đấy bố trí cái bây giờ đi là thế này đi dress đi về biết cái đó là không nhiều quá không mà cái hơi cũng hay gì làm được không được hay bố trí là bây giờ đi là bao nhiêu đi mấy cái đó cho là không ăn được mỗi lần nó đúng một người là một tập vật mỗi lần nó đúng vậy thì ông mà có một cái gì ông mà thay được nên mỗi lần chúng đâu vậy có phân được có phân được nó phải mỗi lần mai rồi à nó thì là hoa kỳ vậy sao phải làm đâu vậy không phải nó phải sao mà không hiểu được các bạn vào mà giống như thế gì các bạn nói là giống như thế gì không có giống như thế mà gọi là nó phải nhau gì thì mà nó sẽ bù đầu gì mà ba là bù được nó thật phải nó mà bao được mấy người đây ra là bao nhiêu thì cái đồ gì mà bao đây lùa nói chuyện này sắc lại cái mà đâu thay được nó cái hàng sẽ bọn nó đeo thật nhiều hả đang gặp vui rồi
Can you cheat at drinking wine?
It was career suicide. This is some skull and bones society stuff.
It's time to spill the truth. This is called Listen Now, only on Audible.
天哪！OG 这个支我一下，看看。
Yeah, come on. 上ခုပြောတိတ်ဆိုရကာလာကိုကြည့်လိုက်တိုင်းမှာပိုကောင်းတဲ့နာကက်တစ်ခုဖြစ်လာဖို့စတောင်းနေတယ် bro မမီ
说的可能我拿下来，说好了。
手写的片，涂着三边的碎骨眼，祝女的官方们打个烂骂，不要多美路为蓝发，不给蓝边，每天就把乱我们美国盘杀了，别看上西北的当时写完上批给中文是最难忘，为了给人 clip， 后边拍上我必备脑被所有叫的那观众们来上片面，是没给人上美味，无论你的小文上次就被机会，看你手能不能少出那的被把转，现在中文的 PK 标比酷 game 里面下来修炼地位，手里卖完了，手败完了，现在眼里过，所有人卖完下，顶带上他的面摘的差点变棒。上了天眼里 just a fire。 总别卖你妈，我先来撇下，看在你家带来的差，想不先来回答，多多增加的感也买一杯忘的差。老子个笨猪不做啥呢？你的地锅盖的差，不要公路和马桶哪里去被几年几杀，有道路被骗，地不马路手脚就开心，你家那边做啥路被定，被打，做到昨天面大官你老板担心，你家的面不开你啦，不在你他地里修坏，俺的手在你家，你敢凶我你的拉天下，不下你中央你不要，你的土豆对脸土的破一破，对面的地皮是俺手在你妈。
到个上是吧？哎，我操！天，这个猪我太爱吃了，猪我这个猪公吧，他今天去猪丧命。 Chứ chuyện nó mới gặp chậm với gì mà tao nhà sẽ hiện tục còn cho nó chuyện lắm tôi lại rồi chúng ta cũ để không được nó phô như vậy mà ngồi nó tập có tay nó không bỏ gì nữa khối gì rồi thế vào là nó khối này gì này đi rồi ra
Welcome back, everybody, to the final game of the Western European qualifier, the final game of the TI qualifier. Avery, it's been a cursed day. It's been something. It's been something, all right. That's for sure.
Yeah, sometimes, logistics get in the way, but we are here. We are into the final game. It is a game 3. This is what everybody wanted to see. It's all on the line for two orgs that have not been to TI in years. And there's going to be some elation and some disappointment between these two squads because it does not get closer than this, which means your emotional investment cannot be any higher.
Yeah, this is, that game 2 was pretty one-sided, stretched out more than game 1, but Nigma Galaxy, I mean, they put up a fight. At some point in time, they kind of stalled out the game, but it felt like it was inevitable. OG was going to win that. They were going to get the opening on the Draw Ranger at some point in time, and they got it not once, but twice, and took over. And that means draft is going to be all over going into this game 3. If you have two one-sided stomps like that, like surely there must have been an edge in the draft, right?
I think OG won that draft game too, and I think the big difference to me was game 1 they kind of forced their Timbersaw Void Spirit type strategy. In game 2 they let the draft develop, and then they got a really good Timber pick, and the hero worked a lot differently. Even though that Timber had a rough laning phase again and he got shut down early, the second he starts to get 1 or 2 items and he can join the fights, he just has such good matchups. He can shred heroes down, he can frontline versus the Drow at least a little bit. He has a way better time, he's going to have a way higher impact, so I think Mixo was a lot more happy that time around than when the pick got jammed game 1. Of course, game 1, who knows? I mean, that was just, you got destroyed at the ruins, so that also changes it a lot, but I think OG are feeling a lot better now than after game 1, and I think they're feeling pretty confident going game 3. And now it's your Nigma Galaxy. It's like, man, did we fight our entire way through this lower bracket just to lose on the last game? That would be absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah, that would be the end of a Nigma Galaxy story that has been building up for 5 or 6 years at this point in time. Disappointment after disappointment in the TI qualifiers, and the thing was, it was getting worse every year. The last 2 years, Nigma's qualifiers for TI, they went out in the first round and they went out in the second round in the last 2 years. Before they were kind of competitive, before they were making it through, they would get close to the end, but not quite make it. And then the last 2 years were terrible, but this year was supposed to be a shining ray of hope for Nigma Galaxy. They were actually making it and qualifying to tournaments, and then the end goal was supposed to be them making it to TI finally. And they're 1 game away, but they might fall 1 game shy. Looking at the games though, what are we thinking when it comes to this first pick? What has developed over the course of this series, you feel like, from a drafting perspective?
The Doom is back. If you don't want to ban it, then you have to respect this hero, and they will ban it this time. I think that's like, I don't know what a game this is going to be, because generally these games 3 slow down. It's going to be, I don't think it's going to go 4. If it turns into a heavy farm fest, slower game, Doom forces it to stop. So if you don't want to get Doom in this game 3 and then just enter a static against this hero, that is not an incentive. So I think that is the correct ban here for Nigma Galaxy given the situation. And you'll just have to see what OG go with, and they will go with Death Prophet, a hero that has been banned, sneaks through here, and has had very mixed results in this qualifier. We've been pretty mixed on it. I think some of the teams really like it, some of them don't. But it is a hero that OG has found some success with, and of course you can always flex it around here. Yeah, you gotta have some sort of flex is required, because I do not also we was talking about the support here. I think that's been the biggest thing. I think a lot of the popular supports are these ranged artillery supports that really make your life miserable. But at the same time, if you're Nigma Galaxy, you just throw this Tusk straight into it, which is generally a support I think the DP thrives on. I think this is a really good matchup outside of you getting physically burst down. But Nigma are just super confident. So with 3-0 GH, I feel like this is a hero that they're taking for GH because the Naga and the IO got banned. They don't want him to run out of his signature heroes right now. Phase even some matchup with the DP is that good and they'll make up. Totally fine to do here. Kind of confident pick.
Right. And it is something that you talked about the physical burst that he can bring the tag team and the longer's punch. It also comes with some low potential, right? Which is something that, you know, if it's off-lane Death Prophet, you run the Tusk through the gate and you 3v2 the Death Prophet early on in the lane. You know, that's an option. If it ends up being mid, the rotational power of the Tusk might be important, especially with securing these power runes.
If I'm looking at one hero though, for both these teams, it's the Dark Bull. We've seen this hero banned considerably, especially in that second phase, and I think it would be really nice for both teams. If your Nigma Galaxy combines well with the Tusk, gives you some team fight control and some burst damage for the DP. On the flip side, if you're OG, it's a really good hero into the Tusk. Tough support for the Tusk to go on and burst and gives you the breakables and AoE control where it's tough for it to snowball. I have my eyes on Dark Willow here. I think it will get stashed up. Nigma Galaxy come back with the Beastmaster. 2-0 with it. Move is decent success and can be a good hero against the DP again. A lot of single target, physical burst coming out just before this Tusk tag team punch. Kind of concerning here. OG need to get some armor somewhere. I saw the Lich get picked up. It's kind of, I don't know if you're going to take the Lich because that hero's a little sus, but something that can do similar things and help this DP frontline right now against this group.
Yeah, I mean, I remember we were talking about it in the Game 2 draft. The new Centaur versus the Beastmaster, and I almost feel like no matter what comes out from the draft of OG, I'm just going to feel better about his Beastmaster than the Centaur. The Centaur just feels like it could be too exploited draft-wise.
I agree. This hero's a lot harder to just directly pull. Primal, of course, is always an insane spell compared to Centaur's kit. Back for the Enchantress, that did not work out. Also didn't really have a chance to work out. Can't be a strong hero against them because they're just shutting them down on the and snowballing. Interesting pickup. I would have gone the team fighter route of like, you know, the Willow, even something like Trinit, like give you some first Tusk on lane. Something like this. This is a lot more single target focus. And Shadow Demon, some more single target spells. Very little zone control right now, which I generally dislike with DP because I feel like at some point with DP, you are exorcisming and you are pushing a tower, you are pushing more shot, or you're pushing a base. And that 5v5 is coming through. If you have some AoE or zone control, it makes good play. This year, Galaxy just all into your disruption. And that's it. There is no turnaround on the board.
Yeah, this is more slow. Even have like a clean save. They have disruption and maybe demonic cleanse, and that's kind of it. And the burst is amping up now. Elder Titan is just going to amplify everything that they pick from here on out. And expecting some heavy magic damage burst coming in from the Nigma Galaxy next to try and balance out their damage identity here.
So they got two of GH's signature here, so I have this pick here, but it will probably be him on the ET. You do not want to lay this ET into the Enchantress. So this will be safely ET. They're showing the Tusk Beast lane entirely. That's the downside of the pick here.
Yep.
So there is some room to exploit that if you're OG with a really nice counter. And the
Triple
carry
melee
selection.
lineup is exploitable for sure.
Yeah, you really want a ranged hero here.
It's burst or bust at this point in time, because right now it looks like he's got a lot of melee heroes to Spirit Siphon.
Honestly, I would like to see this Storm. I think they might be dissuaded picking it into the DP, but I don't think it matters. Like I think you see no stuns right now, only the DP silence, and you need some initiation. You need a ranged hero. You need something that can up some magic damage. The other hero I thought they would have gone to is there's Arc too. Yeah, I saw it earlier. Sumail Arcor.
skills
why I
range
do it.
or
That's why I
eliminating
would die.
Medusa, right? Especially with melee support setting them up, you're expecting some ranged heroes to be picked up behind them. It's just my one problem with it is it's just non-burst, right? If it was Lena or maybe, as you said, Storm Spirit, like I was more okay with those.
The Cyril's definitely burst leaky. I will give it that. Like, he gets really fast, and works really hard, and does an insane amount of single target damage, particularly with the Spirit on top of the target. Inner Beast Aura can bump up a little bit. It's a scary pick to deal with, but you do have this Enchantress to roll. You have Death Prophet to gain towers. In theory, this is a lineup that is already built to exploit the Archward's weakness, which is getting ganked early, potentially, and losing towers early, and just getting run over in the game. And your timings are all behind, and you can't get to them, and if you're a slow Midas hero, I think OG could lead into a cycle. We could see them go the Lycan route, we could see them go a jump hero of their own, off of mid if they want to flex this DP around. They have a lot of options. There's the Void Spirit thing. I wasn't gonna mention it. I wasn't gonna mention it, but it is their jump hero.
You'll make it come to reality.
No. I mean, now it's really all on the line. Like, if you lose this game as OG, I feel like your fan base they're gonna be at the castle with pitchforks and torches right now, demanding heads. Like, this is, you're really putting it all on the line with this pick. I mean, No Tail just believes in this hero. There's no other explanation. The man believes in it.
Gonna be more rioting than we've got going on here in LA right now.
Yeah, that's probably true. Well, I don't know about that, but it's probably close.
We did watch, I was looking back through the drafts and I was like, we saw this exact matchup. Death Prophet, Arc Warden. I remember talking about it, right? Because Ghost can go through bubble, I believe, and then you're also a hero that can gap close. At some point you're gonna get Blink Dagger. That was Atlas versus 4 Pirates is where we saw that one. And 4 Pirates demolished that lineup. Theoretically, it's still the same, but I am beginning to wonder, like, is this Arc Warden actually good against Death Prophet? I thought on paper the matchup would be fine for Death Prophet, but maybe it's not.
I think it comes down to the skill of Arc. So if you can really get DD to benefit you. Like, in theory, you can buy a blink at some point, but I think you're supposed to be in a position where you can't just run in and blink this guy and kill him without taking insane damage. I kind of believe in the matchup, but I also it's still hard. So you're still limited by what this hero can do. You have to run around. You have to go skirmish with this hero. You have to fight around runes. You have to take advantage of the you can't just put this hero on an island and expect him to destroy heroes. I just don't think that's the kind of work it is. So hopefully Nigma Galaxy use it well. They have some heroes that can do it. Some melee boys to go in and frontline sets of plays. One more pick here. Both squads, as OG will have to show first. They're on a lot of time. And I assume you're putting this Void Spirit. Yeah, I assume it's a Void Spirit mid, and you're putting this DP on your looking to care of. What shadows?
I mean, you probably have a Sage carry behind his Arc Warden.
There's something in the Lycan, but it's like Alvarez. That is an OG pick if I've ever seen one. I mean, that is such a No Tail pick. Like, they can't do anything to Al. You know, you get your Radiant, he gave you whatever we in the game. He thinks he's still playing for the hand. This is a very OG line. Old school. Plus Void Spirit.
The final pickup to round out the lineup, they go for a melee pickup. They go for spin. I mean, I did not anticipate these last 2 picks, Pat.
Definitely not close. We've just not seen this at all. Who the hell knows how strong this is? I genuinely don't think there's a single team that knows the exact stats going on. Is a hero that is good against Spark. Because you just pop Lincoln, the one hit, you have sustain, Void Spirit with Alchemist on top. Man, if they lose this game, I don't want to be no-tail either after this one. You know, like it's not gonna be pretty.
I mean, the man's been in the esports scene for what, 15 plus years now at this point in time. So I think he's had his fair share of haters. He's put up with it, and I'm sure his skin is thick enough to be able to deal with it. But ultimately, you have to take some risks, and the risk is going back to what they feel most comfortable with, I guess, in the Void Spirit. And who knows how comfortable they are with this Alchemist pick. It is
Ya puedo recuperarlo, ¿no? Yêu ỏi này, yêu ỏi này, còn chính vì phải chạy á, mà thì cứ nhìn thì là như vậy rồi, chính vì phải chạy rồi, có mà mình làm, nhưng mà cái mà ỏi hầu rồi, cái mà ỏi này, không có gì ỏi nào mà tập phải, OG cái
Sustain hero with capitals. That is generally what's good against Arc. Like Juggernaut used to be good against this hero, but obviously no one's gonna pick Juggernaut. He's not getting a lot of success from this. And do I hope that I don't want to see a repeat of game one with an ability just absolutely slaps. For the Arc Warden. So I remember we kind of theory crafted it and talked about that. I remember being very surprised you don't take the room capture on the Arc Warden, but Samael thinks it's worth 3 bounty rooms. The start for Nigma Galaxy. Very nice to have that when you're faced up against an Alchemist who starts with that extra money. Very nice start for them. Let's see how these lanes go. If you're OG, you want this Alch Enchantress lane to win. This is a classic Alch lane. Super strong with the acid spray level 2. Is Kadaro going to get shard walk, but he's okay. If you're looking at this mid lane, I mean, you've got to take it over as Sumail. I mean, 1, you're the king. 2, you have an Arc Warden against a melee hero. You should pull out some sort of advantage there over time. And this top lane is double melee against double range, so you have to expect the OG to come out ahead here unless you get all in somehow, which I just don't see happening into DP with the disruption to deal with some of the other type pressure.
Yeah, that
maybe Cheats gets a cheeky kill, but that's about it.
Something has gone horribly wrong if you lose this OG offlane.
Yeah. So I think the lane setup for OG is looking pretty good in the side lanes, and maybe mid is where Sumail can open up the gap.
What about the
we've seen Nigma with these failures. I think it's Enchantress Alchemy. Sure, but you might be able to all in this Enchantress. Depends who hits level 2 first. Noob hits it first, but his is not the impactful one. I think Shad's is the more impactful one. You just get this acid spray concoction with the enchant chase down. I feel like Omar just instantly dies this lane if they hit level 2 before he does.
Yeah, it's a lane that's very fine on positioning and quick plays, right? Because you can snowball dodge the unstable concoction, which could be really big. Whereas at the same time, you're looking for, shard positioning. If Kadaro ever steps out too far, you might be able to quickly punish him with full tag team. Nice pull though, but he managed to get the range creep back into play, so they'll miss out on that one. And also looking to de-ward that hard camp.
Nice start for this Enchantress. You're going to get the camps up. Your Alch's getting free farm. That's pretty much what you want in these early phase.
If you lose the side lanes as Nigma Galaxy, can Arc Warden really bail you out though? Like, let's say he destroys mid or whatever. Like, is he actually going to be able to save your side lanes though?
No, Arc doesn't interact with side lanes at all. The only Arc I've ever seen do that in the history of Dota was Thompson. He's not here right now, so that was a very different Arc Warden as well. Like, this Arc is not going to affect the side lanes. In fact, this is the hero you want to go to mid and play around him. You want to play around the Flux, the Spark Rays, getting him the power moves, that type of gameplay. It's like a sniper mid. Like, you snowball through him and abuse his early spell power. So if anything, Nigma will want to give up side lane pressure to go mid this game instead of the other way around.
Right.
So if you do lose side lanes, it could be a little hard for those cores, but The upside for Nigma Galaxy is you have Sven Beastmaster. Great junglers if it comes to it.
Right. And that's very likely what we'll see at some point around that 6-7 minutes. Oop, trying to go after Shat. Unstable concoction on to tag team, manning up. They do have a little bit of heals coming out from Kadaro, but it looks like they might just overwhelm Shat's HP pool, and it's first blood for Omar.
I don't think OG played this bottom lane that well, so I think they could have done a lot better here. Like even that sequence, you didn't throw the acid spray before the concoction, didn't get charged to full. Should be patient there and make them fight under that acid spray. It's not an easy fight.
And he comes back and stuns himself immediately. Yeah, this is awkward. Omar, like especially since you could have held on to that unstable concoction because he doesn't have snowball. You know that, right? It's a level 2. He's going to level up shards. You already saw that. And he's going to level up tag team for the kill. So there's no snowball for the dodge. So there's no danger of the unstable concoction being dodged, which will be a problem later on.
It's a nice start for Nigma Galaxy. You're winning these side lanes early. It feels really good here. Because you can always go back to jungle. You can always get stacks up. Give some freedom in that regard. Go play around Sumail if it comes to it. So the better these side lanes go, the faster you can look for that as well. Stacking would be really nice for the course.
GH tries to get aggressive on days, but now quick rebuttal. Disruption. Blood grenade slowing him down. And some shadow points and stacks. Not enough for the kill.
I think if Daze is level 3, they might go for that, but level 1 poison. Not going to be enough to take him down. And you really want to get a kill up here because you did go the early urn on this Death Prophet. So if you can get some urn charges going in to Mixa, makes that next kill even easier. You can start to snowball, get some extra XP. Maybe kick this Sven out earlier with an Exo, all these little things out here.
Annoying part about that situation, they leave the Death Prophet alone to stack. It's not like GH can really punish. You know, their double melee heroes walking into a Death Prophet, so the Shadow Demon's pretty free to stack as much as you want. Disruption, might be able to block him in here. At least body block him for the Spirit Siphon to slow him down and get the kill. Daze gets a bit low, but it's fine. They get the kill in the end. 30 seconds to power.
Nice kill for those urn charges. Storm barely gets out of there. That is the one-on-one pressure this hero creates against the melee hero. Not fun.
It'll be an interesting position. Sumail will be able to push the lane in. That's
big damage to the mid-arc. The little wild wing. It did its job. Heroic effort in this game 3.
It leaves behind a death tornado too. Tuss trying to set up to go for a kill on Void Spirit before he hits level 6, but I just don't really see that being possible.
They missed the window to kill. Sumail did do fine on the lane, but he didn't get that crazy snowball action. Maybe here. As supports will rotate now. Not the easiest guy to fight anymore. At least you get the D-ward on the side GH. She killed both ops, by the way. That's where the tip comes out.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Double D-ward for GH. That's some decent experience here as Wisdom Shrines. One is going to the Beastmaster, so you need that extra XP on the other lane.
What are we looking at stacks-wise? Because obviously the Shadow Demon has been kind of free to do stacks, but then also on the other side it's a Beastmaster, so I assume we had some stacks going on there. 3 to 4, so pretty even. I'm actually surprised Daze didn't outstack Nigma Galaxy.
I mean, his camp was blocked the entire early game. He got sentry by GH early on. A kill attempt.
He's got strength hits. Ready to slow him down. Mixa waves goodbye.
That's the power of this DP against all these melee heroes. Siphons are guaranteed. Very happy to survive that gank.
Now to play.
8-minute power.
For the next room. Once again, double supports Nigma Galaxy. Pulling their supports around into the mid lane constantly. Stormstormer just hoping it's going to be top so he can grab it, but it's bottom once again. And this time it's an arcane room. Enchantress have a creep there to deny it? Nope. Now, he's busy messing around in the triangle with the Beastmaster.
They are contesting these stacks. You can absolutely do this with the Alk. Look at the skeletons on the camp too. Juicy farm for
အဲ့
Shad.
အခင်းမီနေတိတ်တာအခင်းမီ
See,
အသွားတယ်မ
the
လား
part I don't like. So if
Come
your
on, come on,
sidelines
come on.
fail, Arc Warden can't really do anything about the sidelines. So the supports want to play through the Arc Warden, but they're playing into a Void Spirit, which is like kind of like playing into a Puck or something like that. Unless you have
တော့
some
နောက်ပြီးကောင်းဒီမှာ
disable.
စပယ်ထမ်းမင်းက
Probably
ဒီ
not
နေ့
punishing
အဲ့တော့မ
them.
ပါ
They've
အဲ့ဆန်းက
shown
ပွား
like
လာပြီ
3 heroes in mid lane. The Stormstormer really hasn't had to do anything.
It's just the awkward part about these three heroes together. You
Oh,
don't
yeah,
have to
yeah,
unless he
yeah,
just goes
yeah,
in.
Yeah, unless he just jumps right into him, he's got to step back up though, and he'll be fine.
Oh, yeah,
Unless the
yeah,
Storm
go,
catches him,
go.
unless the Storm
No,
catches
no.
him. Oh no! What a setup from the supports, and Stormstormer trying to protect him with the disruption. Looks like they've saved him. A TP comes in for Meeksa to run down Omar.
Yeah, that kills way too hard. They were forcing a bit. I think Nigma Galaxy, they want to look for Slay right now, but they don't know where to do it. And the play is not obvious. They tried the DB top. He lived with
ဖြစ်တယ်
cycles.
ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့
They
တော့
tried this Void Spirit mid,
ခုန
even
က
jumping
လုံး
in,
လုံးလိုက်နေ
can't
ရ
kill
တ
him.
ကယ်ကြီးကတော့ဆက်
And
ပြီး
the Alk is
တော့
level 6, so you can't really gank this Alk either. You might be able to roar and bring him down if you bring both supports plus a Hardcore clone.
ဒီမှာပြော
That's
တော့
kind
ဒီ
of
မှာ
it.
ဖိုင်ပြီး
And a Talisman of Evasion already up for Shad. He's pretty tanky, man. He also had some small camp stacks. Still has another one here to go clear. Super efficient farm for him. That's juicy right there. Maybe he is starting to
တက်
excel.
ပါတယ်ဒီ
This
မှာ
is the part of the game where the Alk is carry,
Got him
man.
on the ward, but he has slipped past the cast range of Daze's disruption. If he farms this next camp, though, Stormstormer will kill him.
အိုး
Where
ကောင်း
it
ပါ
goes,
ပြီ
not safe
ကောင်း
enough.
ပါပြီကောင်းပါပြီ
Camp
ဒါစ်မတီး
Stormstormer
ဘူးရော
makes his first rotation to great success.
ဟုတ်ပြီရောရော
Great
ဒီ
success.
နေ့
He got hit poison here, man.
Poison? It doesn't land? Another one?
Oh my goodness, everyone!
Are you kidding me? A third
Yo,
of the
yo,
poison,
yo,
but
yo,
he's
yo.
long gone now. Daze will whip on the kill.
ဟာရောရောကောင်း
How
ပါ
do they not get any extra damage from it? That is
ဟုတ်
absurd.
စပယ်ကြီးအာမကြီးဝါခိုင်းអော်တာ
And
တော်တော်
losing
ကြမ်းတာ
SD as well.
ဒါမှ
Extra
မဟုတ်
gold for
တော့
Sumail. You got the other power root as well. And now Newbie, his help is going to be done here. He's going to be able to push in bottom with this catapult.
I was gonna say, you're gonna be cruising. The Alchemist is having total free farm. He's guaranteed to get his fast radiance at this point in time. And if you shut down the Sven, you're gonna feel so good about your mid game. I mean, not just about shutting down the Sven, but also just getting the
Well,
Void
you
Spirit,
know,
that
I feel
extra,
good, but
that
I
extra
might
bit of
have
gold, the
that
extra bit of
power,
experience that he's gonna be missing from a hard matchup in the Arc Warden.
He needed it too. He's the last place core on this chart right now.
Yeah.
Just not had a fun time in the second half of this laning stage against the hardcore news. Closing in on that minus. Smail's game is
အဲ့ဒါအဲ့ကိုထွက်နေ
not too shabby after that
တော့
kill.
Unstable concoction, dodged by teleport and TP out, but the Aether Remnant is there. Good play by Stormstormer to throw that out midway through his step.
I think it's something. I mean, you're going to try and defend this lane against the beast anyway. So you're kind of happy to rotate heroes into your...
ဒီဘာမှသူ့ကိုလည်းသူ့ကိုလည်းကြီးခေါ်နေတာ
Trying to clear through some of these stacks. This could turn into a farm-oriented,
အကောင်အားတွေပြအောင်တက်နော်
Yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of assumed when we saw Arc Warden Sven against Alchemist. It did feel like Nigma Galaxy was saying, we're not going to outpace an Alchemist. We're down to settle into a slower game.
Their draft is well set up for them, honestly. They have a lot of scale with Tusk and Oldhite. As long as your cores can keep up, these two can provide you a lot. You have the Midas Arc Warden, which of course is going to do work around the map and scale really well. I think there is going to be a point in this mid game where OG need to strike. So with the Alks, Radiance, Blink, BKB, and this DP getting Hags, you can pull your Void Spirit back in this game by just taking good fights and getting Roshan, pushing some towers. Gotta get these heroes involved. That's Radiance done for Shad, as the Ags is 1300 off of Misa. So these two side laners are getting to their strong early timings.
And despite the lower net worth of the Void Spirit, he's still doing some work on this mid tower. He's chipping away at it. And I would expect Death Prophet, maybe he wants to finish up his axe first, but at some point in time, OG will make that the Radiance and Aghanim's timing work for them and take over that mid lane. And the more towers you take against an Arc Warden, the better it's going to feel, right?
100%. I think they could have had a way faster game here if they'd executed that enchantment a little better, because then Kadara could have roamed. Put some more pressure on that turret. Instead, it's a little slow here.
Smail's going to run with Kadara. Not the best at being able to burst down an enchantment. Enchantress. The heal over time is going to help up here.
မဟုတ်ဘူး
Ghost,
မ
he's
သိဘူး
willing
ဘာ
to
သာ
go
ဖာ
strength to try for the kill. One swipe, maybe two. Slowed down quite a bit. OG are not really formulating a response though. They've left the Void Spirit mid and the Alchemist bottom, so they just accept the loss of an Enchantress. No big deal.
Not the biggest skill to give up for a God Strike there. Getting some stacks of your own as well, and of course you still have this Exo to play around with if you want to pop it and get
အိုဒီ
aggressive.
ပါ let's go အိုဒီ what the fuck
Oh, an
Now
early
let's do
roar
that.
into the mid lane. Not quite enough burst though. The heroes will beat the play while Sumail and GH were walking away. If they were on the same page, 100%, that was like killing the Void Spirit, but different minds there. Sumail and GH more focused on trying to get the power rune, which they do get thanks to that magnetic field's facet.
An opportunity missed. I think Noob was making the right call. Like, this guy's standing up here. He's killable. I just need one or two more spells. Nigma Galaxy not on the same page. Miss an opportunity.
Yeah, the rest of the team too focused on that infinite scaling that the Arc Warden has with those runes, man. Who cares about the rune if you could just kill the enemy mid laner?
Well, infinite scaling is pretty fun, you know.
That's true. Blink
Oh,
dagger,
you
radiance.
got it.
Here comes Shad's big
Oh,
move.
you got it.
Not gonna go for the Arc
Nah,
Warden.
yeah.
Shield on him. Sumail's a tough kill. He'll take the freebie onto the GH Elder Titan, and there's the move onto the tower. So they brought both their cores into the mid lane to ensure that tower does fall. And Shad, quick with it, is right back to the bottom lane to defend his safe lane tower, which is still very healthy.
This is a scary part of the game for Nigma Galaxy because this is a classic OG lineup where your early timings are just so good. You're going to have a lot of push, you're going to have a lot of sustain. You have Enchantress Seal, Death Prophet Siphons, Alchemist Ult, and a Disruption that can bail you out of like a Roar all-in attempt. Not easy to deal with this much HP early on for a lineup that just wants to scale into the later damage. This Fenrir and AT backing it up. So this is OG's map to run right now.
Silence and the slowdown with the Aghanim Scepter to keep the stuns and Shad. He'll join in on the kill. And Mixa doesn't need exorcism to pressure towers now that he's got an Aghanim's.
Really nice timings for his Death Prophet. 4-0 start. Had a free game. Put some towers off the map, pressuring the last tier 1 here. He's been in all 3 lanes so far. And this Alchemist BKB is going to come out very quickly here, and then you're just off to the races. You can Exo and Mana for Roche. You can look for deeper fights. You can look for Tormentor 20. You can look for 21-minute Wisdom Shrine. Any of these types of timings are going to be good for you. Nigma in a defensive position. You have to just hold your map, not give up big key kills, and work towards the big items on the Sven and the Arc Warden. Ags for Sumail.
Yeah, when does
Interesting.
when do you feel like Nigma Galaxy's lineup start?
ကြိုက်ဘူးဒီမှာဟဲ့တော့မကြိုက်ဘူးဒီကိုရကြည့်ပြီးတော့လေဝါရှုံးသွားတယ်ဒီကြလိုက်ဘူး
See if they can finish this Stormstorm Void Spirit top. They do get him with the Sven. That is some serious burst damage as Stormstormer's game continues to get worse here.
ဟုတ်ဒီချိန်တော့တိုက်ကြည့်ရတယ်မင်းကတော့ဟိုအောင်လေးပုံနဲ့ဖြစ်သွားပြီးတော့တရားမှမေးလို့ပုံနဲ့ဖြစ်သွားဟိုဘက်နဲ့ဒီကလိုက်တာဟုတ်မဟုတ်တော့ဒီကောင်းလာတယ်ပြအခုတော့မရှိ
BKB coming in for Shad. It's got to be very close here. See if they can line it up with the Void Spirit Ags. Move it all
ကောင်း
together.
ပြီတော့ fight ရအောင်ကောင်းပြီးတော့ fight နောက်ထပ်
play.
3မိနစ်5မိနစ်လောက်ကျွန်တော် fight တော့မှာတော့ပေါ်ပြီးတော့
It's Nigma Galaxy trying to get this Hello the Overlord up on time so they can combat these objectives.
Well, that's how I
but
do.
the Roche is too
That's how I
fast
do.
here for OG. Just cannot keep the exact pace that
ထား
he
ရ
did in this
ထား
game.
ရထားရ
Ags for DP plus Alex going to go to work. The BKB is not there for Shad though. They're doing this right before that timing is online. Could be awkward if Nigma Galaxy decide to contest. At the same time, this is a tough contest. They're going to try and put the Arc Warden and stall this up. Exo has not been popped. So Mixa holding on to it. They're
They're
trying to farm up this BKB, but they made this play preemptively. This is really awkward for OG now. Can you take advantage of it if you're Nigma Galaxy? Hell with the Overlord online for Noob. He got there, he's ready to fight. But BKB flying in for Shadow right now as Ags are eyes for Hardcore. So all these big timings for both teams online. Right as this Roche gets brought to half. This is a super pivotal moment in this game. And BKB done for Ghost as well. He's right up there. I think Nigma will absolutely take this fight. They can find a little opening. Drum on GH, boost up the damage. They want to take the fight right now. Slow down OG's momentum. Not let this Alchemist take this game over. So much of it's about the jump. See what OG can find. Looking for an angle around mid lane. Don't have very good vision here. Love to get this Alchemist in on top of Superman. That's the best target. Find this Arcor and take him out of the fight. Scan on the pit. You have to make sure neither team just sneaks this Roche as well. It could be pretty fast from either side, particularly if Ghost decides to just pop God Strike. Go in there with the BKB. Old-fashioned standoff right here. Level 2 Exo also available now. There's the blink for Meeks. It feels like all these teams are hitting their random timings. They want to force the action. Nobody wants to force the action. Stormstorm will kill a war. That's the most action we've seen with all these item timings. As another smoke arrives for OG, they're going to try and make the aggressive move again. Lost a bit of farming time with that Alchemist, and of course the Roche going bottom now. Not the worst for Nigma Galaxy if they can rotate there.
Hello?
Oh shit! What? You cursed him?
Did I? Was he doing alright? It's alright.
He was doing fine.
I was on the toilet. That hot honey pizza went through me. Anyway, enough about me. That's what's been going on. 5-5. Looks like it's been a bit of a slow game, Avery.
It has been a farm fest, but everybody just hit their item timings. This is a very pivotal point for OG to try and contest this Roche. It is now going Nigma's way. They just get it for free.
There we go. Yeah, he's just on Ghost. See what we're going to be able to do with this. I mean, this looking like the kind of game 3-1 though, right? 21 minutes in, 5-5.
It is, but it's not the game OG wanted. They hit their timings. They had this Alc BKB blink. They did Roche to half, and then they just bailed on it and lost the Alc. Really awkward sequence for them. That should not have gone that way. And Nigma Galaxy, they're going to be happy with their position now. They just get to farm with this Aegis to keep putting the Hardcore and Midas to use. And they're cruising now. They're burning so much time in this game. Look at this. They can't even do the Tormentor. Dude, Mixa just does not want to pop this Exo. I don't think he's used it once this game.
That's all. That's Trojan. Not going to save him. He is very dead days. Wrestling one step with that count.
Are they going to get this Tormentor? They have a God Strength up again in 3. Dude, the sequencing here for OG has been terrible, to say the least.
Well, what's the recovery? You know, they just quickly kind of dropped 3k behind. They lost an Aegis, they lost the Roshan, they lost the Tormentor. And being on the overall net worth deficit when you got an Alchemist carry doesn't feel good as a team. Because Shad's still at the top. I mean, this Sven ain't far behind. You know, when you look at the farm that Ghost has got.
This Sven does way more damage right now.
Yeah.
Like, you have to use this Alex item timings to get you objectives in the game. They just missed all.
They're just going to try and go on Ghost. So the BKB off. Concoction throwing the way of Noob, but Ghost, he's going to be able to keep that Aegis safe and get out of there. They'll turn attention towards Noob, but he has the Roar at the ready. Hold back Shad, also holding him in position here with the Desecrate. So they'll get out. They'll keep the Aegis safe. They're still going to have time to do something with this Aegis. They can wait for the BKB to come back up, and they'll still have like kind of a minute window after that to make a play. That's the Ghost
to win for Nigma Galaxy. You just don't lose anything there. Ghost gets to keep farming, wasted time for his Death Prophet. That's I think the first exo we've seen this game just didn't achieve anything.
这个保密嘛，
Been an awkward game for OG in the last few minutes here. They hit their window and then they just didn't get anything done with it. And now they're getting pushed in. Now you have this beast he's going to have a crimson up soon. You have the Sven armor on top of it. Your lineup's going to become very tanky.
He tried to dissimulate away, but he dissimulated straight into the trees and he was stuck.
Oh, this is crumbling for OG. This is crumbling real fast. They need to stabilize this game. They need to get a team fight going or something. Because this is just swinging completely Nigma Galaxy's way right now. And they're smoking Ghost in a bit. They want to use this God Strength.
Yeah, time to get as much as they can here with this bit of a burst forward they found Nigma Galaxy.
He's just wearing out.
He's looking for action. Whoa, he's going to find himself the Enchantress. Concoction comes out, but Kadara's already dead.
They go for more there if he has more duration on this God Strength. Because they're just running the map right now. They've gained so much momentum here in the last 5-10 minutes. That is what can happen with these outclaps. Like, you mess up a few team fights with this hero, and suddenly you maybe feel like you can't take the fight again, or you fall too far behind. Crimson done for the beast now. That limits your DPS even more. This game is looking solid for Nigma Galaxy right now. OG scrambling to find an opening.
Look at him in. Look at the jump here, but it's still a bit awkward, and they're still doing it into this minute of ages left on Ghost, so it doesn't really feel good to throw too much down on him. They have to let him go.
Aegis, 45 seconds. So you have another God Strength Aegis fight if you want to hear. Or look for something aggressive. You have to blink on the Tusk as well. They have some initiation.
Did he just not expect them to still be around? I guess he didn't. Shows himself in a very dangerous point in the map. Shad's going to try and fight this. He's coming with a concoction. They're in onto Omar. See what Ghost's play out of this is. He'll tell us to onto Kadara. They have managed to kill off Omar. 10 seconds or so left on the Aegis.
He's getting brought that low.
It's going to get a little spooky whilst the Aegis expires. Yeah, he's got to back right out because the Aegis is going to be gone. He's on very low HP. So he has to run, which means the noob is going to get left behind. OG, they'll be able to find the fight there despite that. A little bit of a crazy start with Stormstormer just getting blown up in the mid. It kind of works out for them. They get something out of it.
I guess so. I mean, that's the best fight they've gotten. It started with the Void Spear just throwing his life. So, I guess props to OG for taking advantage of the opportunity, getting some really nice damage out from this Death Prophet. He just had a free fight, just running everything out. A big play in that fight, honestly, was the Little Friends. I don't think I've said that many times in my career. It was an axe rush from pit to pearl, and he just rooted the Sven for like 5 seconds because he got him on a creep right. He's just stuck there. That's stupid enchanters.
That adds up to a lot of root, indeed, if you get
it really does.
Into it. Gotta watch out for that. You go. BKB though. Ghost not messing around. He's out.
Yeah, you have to respect the Icos when he's on top of you with the ult. Unless you're willing to just God Strength commit back. So he'll dodge that fight for now. Keep scaling up this Arc Warden as he continues to take over the map. You get Sumail to Sock 3. He's going to be a beast. His clones are going to be really annoying.
Now talk to me about this as well, Avery. Alchemist, we obviously don't see him like for Shad's playing at this game. They still go for the seed money. What's wrong with that one where you get the dividends? You know what I mean? Is it really just all about the short-term gains rather than kind of the long-term plan? You know, you get the stuff when you give an ags out, you get, what is it, like 70 GPM per aghanims you give out. That adds up. Is the 250 gold at the start of the game really that worth it on Alchemist? To just give up any chance of eventually becoming a millionaire?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. The problem is, I mean, how many hags are you pulling, though? By the time you pull them, the GPMs are irrelevant.
But you get 250 gold at the start, or you can make 5 aghanims, and then you're getting 350 gold every minute.
Yeah, but if I take the 250 gold to start, and I invest it, Probably turn it into like 10 Aghanim scepters.
Well, I don't know about that. That sounds like
They invest them all in
some
altcoin.
sort of Ponzi scheme.
I'm sure it'll work out.
To get that sort of return. Anyway, interesting to see. Because I was checking out the other day. Right? It's got these 3 facets, and I guess we just don't really see Alchemist. So we just don't really get to see pro players experiment on it.
There's probably reasons why. This hero's really finicky. You really need to execute well. And right now we're seeing OG falter a little bit as MKB done for Ghost. He's ready for hurry.
But maybe not ready enough. The roar's there. Shot's dead. Where's that 250 gone now?
I mean, he should have pulled some Aghanims, I guess.
There was sort of old coiny board there, but they didn't do well.
He didn't find the right one. It's crashing right now.
It's crashing hard.
Oh, man. What a find for the Nigma Galaxy.
Crashing out.
I mean, OG is potentially crashing out of this qualifier right now.
The last few months have seemed pretty rough for them. You know, Nigma Galaxy building up this solid lead, taking these towers, and Alchemist, they can fall off pretty hard, especially when they're in a game where 29 minutes in, Ghost has the same net worth as the Alchemist, as a Sven. Like that's pretty ridiculous that he is that farmed on this Sven.
6-0 will do that compared to 0-3. He's just found better kills, better openings, got that Roshan, stalled out this game so much. And OG, their fallback is to scale all 3 cores together. Like, they can scale into the late game if the Void Spirit and the Death Prophet get really big. But this Void Spirit is so far behind. I don't know how Stormstormer catches up in this game. He might need an Ags pool at some point to equalize some of the net worth distribution. Or you just pray this Death Prophet goes ham. Because if Sumail gets to Hex, then this game is going to become very difficult. The amount of control you're going to output with double Hex in the fight, plus the Roar, plus Punch, plus Earth Splitter, and Sven going in on top of all of it is just nasty.
I'm going to try for the smoke.
His entire Satanic. This Sven is just...
It's crazy.
He's so fat. Like, he is insanely fat.
Ghost he's been very solid throughout this qualifiers. He's the carry.
You have to land Demonic Purge on him, and maybe like an Alec Bash or something. That's your best bet to control him. As you try and posture for this Roshan. So if they can find the angle. Not a bad one. You can get the jump on some supports.
Gonna find out Bubba almost ever side to side shots in. He'll get the stun onto Ghost. He's gonna try and start on the Sven, but Ghost, he just turns, plus the God Strength. They get the opening with the Roar on. It was a defensive.
Nice disruption.
I'm in a place to try and keep Shadow alive. Sven trying to heal up here with the Satanic. Ghost the kill on 4, triple kill for Sumail. And Stormstormer, he's got to run. He'll go for the TPL. He'll get away. But 4 dead on OG. They couldn't kill Ghost. Despite their best efforts, Ghost able to stand his ground and survive with the Satanic.
And how does he not die there? That was such a clutch disruption. To rebuy that opposite time, he comes out and he bashes him again. This Death Prophet was siphoning Ghost to everybody in that fight. Once he used the fight bit. But Ghost still had the Satanic up his sleeve. The fact he finishes that item before this fight might have just bought them a ticket to TI. That was a nice angle from OG, but they split the targets. They jumped the Tusk as Shad jumps on the Sven. Maybe not too bad at first, but then you have to reprioritize who you're focusing here and bail him out. He's going to regen up in this, come out bash. And I mean, I don't know how Ghost survives here. It's a couple more spells into him. He dies. Your other 2 cores live. You win that fight, you get Roche. It's a completely different game. All the little things for Nigma Galaxy adding up right now. As Ghost has yet to fall in this game. 7-0 on this Sven. They just can't find him.
OG still trying to approach. It's just so hard right now. There's the jump. They found Stormstormer. He's dead again. He's got a buyback straight away. They're going to try and make this fight happen, but Shad's in trouble. Get out by the Roar. They will kill off GH, but can Shad get out of here? He's still got the BKB ready to press if he feels necessary. Ghost swinging back across. He's going to have to blink in a second. Stormstormer's going to jump in aggressively with the Remnant. He'll will zip out just in time to dodge the stun. Actually, the stun, it follows through. It catches onto him. Storm's got to back out of the fight as it's all getting very awkward here as OG are getting split up. Kadara gets taken out. OG, they just have to bail. We'll see Days go for the TP out in the tree line. He'll make it out of there. The rest of OG Bullets were able to escape Stormstorm on the run. He's run out of steps though. There's a snowball heading his way. He's got to dissimulate still to play with. TP, of course, in Cordace is going to hide in the trees, but they found him. Omar knows that he's in there, slides in, gets the punch up. Stormstorm a dieback on him in this team fight. Okay. Well,
that's big.
That's a pretty big shot. Fine in that sort of situation. Obviously, overall, still not great. They're down 14k, 16k now with that Tormentor also going the way of Nigma Galaxy. Mixer trying his best, but things just falling apart massively around him. And Stormstormer, he's just got no money. I feel at this rate, maybe Shad invested his money in some sort of crazy scheme as well and lost it. Because where's the Void Spirit's dollar? He's got no cash.
He is broke. He is completely broke in this game. He's going to need an axe pool at some point. That's his only hope to come back at this rate. I mean, I don't know how many of OG's games you've seen, but they've gone to this Void Spirit time and time again. It worked at the start. It has not worked recently. Yeah. And this is another game. It's just fallen completely flat. They had so much faith in it.
And last game, Stormstormer on the Monkey King, he looked insane. But this game, he is crumbling hard. Not having an easy time at all. 1-5-3, very underfarmed.
It's got to be out the Death Prophet. Like, I think Mixa's OG's only hope at this point. They have to go and do some work, but the TP is going to have to carry the heavy load here. Keep scaling, keep dealing the serious damage as Nigma Galaxy, they're all ramping. Zarkorn's going to get scarier. This beast can continue to get big items, BKB, and of course Sven, he's already level 25. He'll take the extra God Strike damage. He's got a Swift Blink. Insanely farmed. He's looking for Shat. Finds him, but no BKB Pierce.
He's going to go for the TP, so Shat will make it out.
It's not a bad waste of Nigma Galaxy's time here. If OG can try and make an old play on their side of the map. Void Spirit's just dead.
No, that's painful moments here for OG.
Dude, he's almost the lowest level of the game. Like, that is how far behind he is. Brutal stuff here. Now, let's see what Mixa can do. And he finishes Shiva's. He's got a Pyrrhic Cloak. His team can do some serious damage. Age is out 30. You're gonna have to take a fight here if you're OG.
So close, Nigma Galaxy.
They actually rolled double Pyrrhic Cloak. That's something to look for if they can reflect damage into this Sven.
Oh, Chat's in. He's the stun of the double lantern Ghost. That's the stun. Now holding back with the disruption for now. Ghost will fall the once.
He used Satanic. And he doesn't have BKB 2 seconds. That was a big misplay by Ghost. He cannot use Satanic before he goes down and have the BKB in the backpack because that BKB in the backpack does not come up for 2 seconds when you respawn. And you get instant red nip. And there's no snowball save because Omar got silenced. He got caught in the concoction of the Lincoln into the silence. Yeah. That's a big misplay from Nigma Galaxy there. Didn't even get the cracks.
It's happened before sometimes Nigma Galaxy when they're so close, they're actually farther than they've ever been. The lead could slip away. If they're able to regain themselves, they still have the advantage, but yeah, a big loss there as now OG gets the chance to get out on the map. We'll see here once again that unfortunate timing and usage that does sort of leave Ghost in this position where he just can't play his way out of it. To catch you on the respawn, leaves nothing
Oh,
to
that's
be
what I want.
done.
If I
Even with that
find
attempt from
it,
touch, the
that's
stun
what
is there, no snowball save, no chance of getting Ghost out.
Even if he pops the BKB there, I think he still ties because he doesn't have Satanic to get back up. That was just a big overcommittal. Big turnaround for OG as they buy some time and some life in this game. Feels like every time Storm Stewards die, they at least get something out of it. They have to find a way to keep scaling this game. Triple pure all three cores. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's an insane roll on the neutral items here. Especially against this lineup that is a lineup that has to output the damage in these discrete intervals, right? Like they have to go in with the stuns, with the Sven God strength. You just stall it up with the cloak. You have a BKB or Satanic to work with, but that's it. Then you have to go against 3 of this item. It's brutal.
I mean, is the strat that you just like hold hands as the 3 of you, and then you just sort of say you want to stun and cleave the 3 of us? We got the Pyrrhic cloak. You know, this might be the ultimate strat to just group.
It does not go through BKB though, so
okay,
he can jump in.
Strat might need still a little bit of work.
Yeah, but hey, if his BKB is out, I actually don't think he can really go in that well on like full HP targets. You end up just chunking yourself. We saw this earlier. Yeah, it's insane. Especially if you end up going a Daedalus here as your last item. We'll see what Ghost opts for. He's looking at Ags, which could be interesting. Not an item we see a lot.
No, not at all.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck?
That was your bid.
Yeah, but it's happening in this game. You know, Stormer dies and Void Spirit. You know, life goes on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it only goes on so much. Like,
but space created. Maybe not space for this. Indeed, and maybe another one to add to it with the roll He was just creating space, but he created space for this. That's not great. There's 3 heroes dead. Nigma Galaxy, they're ready to start going down another lane.
With this vent still hits hard. You can absolutely just go down mid, take a Rax, go top, take another Rax. Nigma Galaxy, they are doing it right now. They want this TI burst. They've not had it in a long time. They might just get it here as if OG can't scramble up something. They need another miraculous hold.
You should be able to have at least one more fight in the Moji. Fortification comes out. Storm's going to be back in the game, but 40 seconds without Mixer, unless he wants to commit the buyback, but unlikely to do so as they'll just let this mid-rax fall. Storm's in with the jump. They'll get the grab. They're going to come in with the buyback now. Shouts in with the stun on towards Omar. The BKB pop by Ghost as he'll start to retreat. Jumping aggressively from Mixer with the exorcism to try and push back Nigma Galaxy. Trying to get any kills out. The BKB and the roll from Mix get the safety to TP out. He'll escape. Days will get caught on the side by Ghost. Can they close the gap on Sven? Ghost is going to blink more than fine. He's able to get out of this. And in fact, Shad's getting caught by the Hex. They're in with the punch. Shad's in trouble. Shad's going to try and stand his ground. But Mix is dead for 110 seconds. It's a dieback on him. The buyback will come out from Kadaro. But Shad's got to be careful. With the BKB and Chemical Rage on cooldown, Discord.
I mean, at least it's a fairly good time to pause because both teams are backing up. It didn't happen in the middle of the fight, so at least nothing crazy bad will happen. That's triple buyback from OG.
Yes.
They got nothing out of it. They can't kill a single hero.
No route.
Too much HP.
No route to where? What's going on?
They're talking about the Enchantress route. Saying you don't have it, don't root me.
It sounds like they're having an issue at the moment with the communication software. Hopefully they're able to resolve that.
You gotta make the you make sure the comms are up when you win, so you can properly celebrate. That's what's true here. They feel like they're gonna close this out. Right, this is the closest Nigma Galaxy has been to TI in what, 3 or 4 years now? This is longer?
Well, I mean, Cap said at the start, right, that was it 6 years he was mentioning? Since
Kuroki and GH,
yeah. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. There's a stomp on the owl. Still some God strength.
Oh my goodness, that blink. Whew, he gets out just in time there, Shad. He looked very dead, but was able to blink out just the same time the ghost jumped on it. That was nearly game over.
That might have been it right there. It does have buyback on the Alchemist, but you're just not getting any items here. You're not scaling. You're not finding more ways to take these fights. This is Nigma Galaxy's game to win right now as they go into the Roche pit. That's a refresher shard Roche. Some really good heroes to give it to here, including Ghost if he wants it. You take the Aegis, Magnet shard. That feels real good here. Don't have to buy your own refresher and just eat that Axe burst too.
Again, there's no problem. OG can't step out anywhere close to the Roshan whilst they have Mixer dead.
He's gonna gobble them both. I mean, this Sven is completely out of control now. He's gonna have 2 God Strength, 2 BKB, 2 Satanic. He's gonna devour an entire Axe right here too. He can use the slots properly. There you go. I mean, this guy's like 8 slotted right now. He's 16-1. What a performance. You gotta find a good angle, get the back line, and ignore this Sven. You cannot go on him at all costs. You gotta find Arc Warden, Elder Titan, Tuskar, that's it.
This could be it for OG. The final chance to make a move. If this doesn't go well, the hopes and dreams of getting to this year's TI will be shattered. Nigma Galaxy on with the push. OG, who can they find with this wraparound? Stormstormer's going to jump in. Wants to jump back out. Noob looking for his target. Not going to be able to find it straight away. Goes. He'll find Kadaro. Slowly trying to kill this Enchantress. Will be able to bring Kadaro down. Goes for the BKB. He's now ready to go for more. He's got his eyes on Stormstormer. Stormstormer's able to dissimulate off in time, so will manage to jump away. Shad tries to turn towards Noob, but with the rest of the BKB, Shad has to run. He's going to try and get back in out of the concoction. Keep the silence into the concoction. Out onto Noob, but the Hex is out onto Stormstormer. Stormstormer's out. He'll buy back, but both supports are out for good. They do finish off Noob, but he has the buyback available. Shad will fall. Buyback available on him. They're ready to keep this push going down the bottom lane. They'll take out Mixer one more time. And there it is. GG's called. Nigma Galaxy are going to TI.
They have finally done it. Oh, and after such a long drought, so many times being close, so many qualifiers failed, it comes down to the final game of every regional qualifier against an old foe in No Tail and OG, and they clutch it out here with an insane Sven performance from Ghost. MVP that game for sure. And Nigma Galaxy is back. They're back to TI. It's I feel like I'm in a different decade or something. It's absolutely wild, but what a feeling they must have right now as a team. Like the tribulations they've gone through, swapping out players, Miracle's back, Miracle's not. You try and rebuild this roster multiple times, and now you're there. Now you got a chance to prove it against the best teams in the world. What a way to do it in this game 3.
Well, they really sort of pulled out the best stuff that we've been seeing from them on this run through the qualifiers here in this game 3 when it counted the most. And OG, unfortunately for them, crumbling at this final hurdle and getting knocked down yesterday to this lower bracket final, and then here not being able to get past Nigma Galaxy's strength. A tough couple of days for them, but Nigma Galaxy on the side of things for them, absolutely deserved. The wins have looked fantastic. They've still had their shaky moments, but honestly, you can't lie about that. That's the kind of stuff you look forward to seeing at a TI, right? You want the teams to bring the highs, but also give the entertaining lows. I think Nigma Galaxy's got that covered. Obviously, they'll try and turn more of the entertaining lows into more highs, and I believe by the time TI comes around, they'll be able to do that, because the highs, they're that fantastic. You know, these sort of wins, this team looks unstoppable for the most part.
They really figured some stuff out in this qualifier too. I think their support duo was looking a lot better than it was in some of the previous events. GH really stepped up. His pool was functioning on all cylinders. He's getting tips, and I mean, Ghost has slotted in really well to this team. That's the big story, right? They are building more of an identity around him and his heroes and how to use him. Noob has improved a lot in this offlane. This is a team that deserves that TI slot this year. This is a team that has worked hard to get there, and like you said, they're a fan favorite. They're fun to watch. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with them, because when the pressure's on, in theory, this team will do better, right? Like, you have the belief and the experience behind Sumail and Kuroki and those and GH leading this team at international. They've been there before, they've won it before, and now they get a chance to do it again. So well deserved for them. And, yeah, standout player is Ghost for sure. This guy
Has to be.
just tore this game up. Absolutely tore it up.
Yeah, he really did. And you can kind of just look back through the games and series that Nigma Galaxy's played through his qualifiers and find numerous games in which Ghost has just his carry performance. It's been fantastic. It really has. So many games where he just doesn't get caught. He doesn't get caught. He doesn't get behind. And as we saw it in this game, you know, he stays that far ahead, even against an Alchemist. You know, Shab was getting decent farm at the start, but Ghost just continues to just sort of just take his farm to the next level. Ridiculous stuff from Ghost and the boys. And yeah, they made it. And as I say, for OG, a rough end to the qualifiers for them, Avery. Obviously, they won't be thinking about the good moments now, but they did have good moments. It just, at the end of the day, wasn't quite good enough consistently.
Ready? 1, 2, 4. 아니 푸푸가 아니면 푸푸가 와래. what the fuck? 푸푸가 그러면 또 뻔다. 약간 감기가 있다. Sao ông tôi coi là cái gì vậy? Đúng không ạ? Tôi thấy đây là giờ đi gọi là tôi cô giống người của bao nhiêu hiểu vậy là hồ thấy người họ tôi yêu bao tập phạt trong này này đó đúng rồi mười nào first win nào phụ quả nó thế quả gì ở trên này đó đấy cúp mình có gọi nó là ngay ở trên này để dài lại rồi nhau một thả lại đó nó là ngay trong phòng này tôi bắt đầu nó bỏ vào đấy tôi tập đó tôi phải lại ngay ạ let's go mình làm không rồi let's go đấy kì 아이고 되게 빠르네 kêu chỗ này là có cái mà rất là chỉ là thay nha chỉ là cái thủ là mua mẹ nó kia bảo let's go nó thế đi nhau chẳng có điều à thay rồi đó đi nhau bao à kỳ bao à kỳ nó có thân này let's go 1 2 3 ดูเลยasset လားကိုကူလားကိုကူอ่ะကိုကူอ่ะကိုကူရတယ်နောက်တစ်ယောက်နောက်3ယောက်ကျန်3ယောက်ဟုတ်ready 1 2nó có sao chả nó ok ready 1 2 vừa sao nó chạy sao cái gì vào còn gì đấy thì có gì cứ cho là nó được phải là tôi hiểu bị vậy tôi hiểu mai nào là bài nó bảo không thì tôi nói anh là xong rồi anh đừng mà bảo đây màပြန်ထည့်လိုက်နော်ဟုတ်တယ်mai nào là mà bảo đây mà ဟုတ်တယ်ရောဒါဒီပေါက်တဲ့တော့ရောက်ပြေးလိုက်မယ်ဒါလေးကိုထည့်ပြီးတော့ဖောက်မယ်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ဖောက်မယ်နောက်ထပ်အခုကြံတာဘယ်လောက်ကြံ200ပဲကြံတယ်ဒါနောက်200 2000ထပ်ပို့ပေးရတယ် နောက်ထပ်4ရက်ထပ်ပေါက်ပြီနော်ကျန်တဲ့လူကျန်သွားတော့ဘယ်သူပေါက်လဲအဲ့ဒါကျန်တဲ့နော်ဘယ်လိုလဲဘောထည့်ရအောင်မယ်ထည့်ရအောင်နောက်ရနော်ဝေးဝင်ကျန်နေတယ်ထည့်ရအောင်နောက်ထပ်တော့ခုဘယ်ရောက်ပြီပဲဆိုတော့3ရောက်ပြီပဲဗျာအဲ့မှတရားပါတော့ကျွန်တော်မိမမှုထားလိုက်တော့တော့ပေးပွားဒါပေမဲ့ကျွန်တော်မေ့သွားတယ်ခွေးဆောင်သားဦးကြီးနော်နောက်ရှုံးသွားတော့ကျွန်တော်အင်းညစ်ပြီးတော့မေ့သွားတယ်အဲ့တော့နောက်မှတ်ထားလို့ပြန်ထည့်ပေးမယ်နော်ဒါပေမဲ့အခုပေါက်တဲ့လူတွေက subscribe မလုပ်ထားလို့ရှိရင်မရအောင်ပြန်တယ်ထပ်ပြီးတော့နှိုက်တယ်နော်အခုခဏတော့အခုဝေးယူပြီးသွားမဝေးယူရအောင်မဝေးအဲ့တော့တူတမချေရတူအဲ့ဒါတူဟုတ်တယ်အဲ့ဘယ်တော့ဖောက်ပြီးသွားပြီနောက်ထပ်4ရောက်ထပ်ဖောက်ပြီ4ရောက်နာမည်ကျန်ရဲလို့နော်တောင်းပြီးထပ်ထည့်ပြီနော်ဆိုအစီအိုချာဒီဟာဘူရာစာအပ်လို့โอเคကောင်းပြီYeah, I do. Yeah, but how I do? Just feel it. Okay. Right. Okay, rồi cái người ta sẽ vào này, nó sẽ là gì à? Gì là sao? Let's go. Đi không nào? See a finish. Who got it? Who power? We are power. Cái gì vậy? Who do dia? Who do dia man? Đi ra. Đi cái à? Đi cái à? Cái thế rồi sao power? Đi ra. Đi à? À thôi, tôi yêu chàng đó. Let's go. Chiếc đồ này nó là mày mà bảo vậy. Chiếc đồ này từ để từ mà bảo số thứ là mày bảo qua được làm gì cũng được. Đó thôi. Nào thôi rồi. Rồi bảo qua này thì bây giờ em mà cho nó hút thấp hơn mà. Đó thôi. Tông nhọ. Đó. Thấy không? Cứ càng ngon này. Let's go. Nó cứ sao đó nó mang đi ra rồi chuyện là bien chuyện này. Quỷ. Nó mà đây là người tốt quá. Nó là này. Nó nó được mà quỷ áo trẻ. Không mấy áo trẻ. Mấy áo trẻ. Đó, đi ngoài. Mấy áo trẻ đấy mấy áo. Let's go very 1 2. Go to channel được subscribe đi đầu đi cả. Nó vừa đủ to nó mạnh. Ai này xỉ tôi đủ tam tôi đủ lao này. Ai cắn vừa thì anh đi đâu thì sao à? Thay mà đây thay thì cái này anh thay rồi thay gì. Nói cho nó chạy. Telegram မှာ lucky fraud 2ဆိုပြီးတော့ရိုက်လာတယ်အမှကြားလာတယ်အမှ call fraud profile နဲ့ကြားလာမယ်ကျွန်တော် profile နဲ့အမှဒီနေ့ဟိုဒီမှာ24နာရီသွားပြီးလုပ်လို့ရတယ်နော်ဒီကိုလို့ โอเคအဲ့ဆိုရင်နောက်ဆုံးတစ်ယောက်ပဲကြံမယ်နောက်ဆုံးတစ်ယောက်ပဲကြံတယ်နော်ပြီးရင်တော့အချင်းနားမယ်နော်ယူနစ်ကတော့24နာရီကြိုက်တဲ့အချိန်သာဖြစ်โอเคနော်တယ်လီမှာအမြဲကာကြံပါဦးတဲ့ဟုတ်လား bro ကျေးဇူးပါ bro ကျွန်တော်ဒီမှာYouTube ဒီဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော် Telegram နင်းနဲ့မတွဲမိဘူးဖြစ်Okay, let's go. နောက်ဆုံးတစ်ယောက်အဲ့ဘယ်ပေါက်လိုက်ကွာ Let's go guys. နောက်ဆုံးတစ်ယောက်ကျွန်တော်လည်းပူပြလိုက်ပါကျွန်တော်မှားပြီးကျွန်တော်ကြံခဲ့လို့ထပ်ဝီရဟမ်ပါတီတာတို့အဲ့လိုတဲ့ရမှာမမှန်ဘူးထပ်ဝီရပြီးတော့ညစ်တယ်ဘယ်လိုမှန်ဟုတ်တယ်အဲ့ဒါအဲ့ဒါမင်းထဲကျန်နေပြီအဲ့တော့အဲ့မှာအများကြီးဖြစ်ရတယ်ဘယ်လိုအဲ့ဒါဆိုကျွန်တော်ရှိမှအများကြီးဖြစ်ဘယ်လိုမပေါ့ဘာမှမပါပါဘူးဒါပေမဲ့တက်ပေးလိုက်နေကြတော့ဒါကျွန်တော်အခုမှစပြီးတော့ live ချမ်းတယ်အခုမှစကြိုးပေးရဆိုတော့နည်းနည်း version လေးရှိပါတယ်အားလုံးတောင်းပါတယ်နော်အဲ့တော့အခုကျွန်တော်ရှိမှ Telegram မှာလာပြီးတော့ဒီနေ့တောင်းထားယူလိုက်ပါချက်တူဒီနော် sorry ပါကျွန်တော်ကောင်ကြံခဲ့တယ်ကျွန်တော်သူခေါ်ပြတဲ့နာမည်လေးပဲရိုက်တာကြံခဲ့တယ် sorry ပါလို့နော်ဟုတ်ထပ်ဝေးရအားလုံးမရှိရပေါက်ပါပြီနော်နောက်ရက်ဒီကြရင်ထပ်ပေးမယ်ပေါက်တာဖူးဖူးရယ်ကေရယ်ကူကူရယ်စာရာချက်ရယ်စာဖီးလေးရယ်ဝေကြီးရယ်ဒိုက်လေးရယ်ထပ်ဝေးရယ်ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့လူတွေကိုအခုသွားကြည့်မယ်ကျွန်တော် channel ကို subscribe လုပ်ထားလားမလုပ်ထားလားတကယ်လို့မလုပ်ထားတဲ့ thank you ပါတယ်အဲ့ဒါကဆံမှာတော့ thank you bro ကေဝရင်တက်ကြည့်လိုက်ဟုတ်တော့မှလာမှန်းတာလူရအများကြီးပဲတော့ဖာအချန်နဲ့ subscribe ပါဘာလို့နေနေရလဲကျွန်တော်ချန်နဲ့ subscribe ပါ20ပဲရှိတယ်ဗျာ25ရောက်ရှိပါတယ် okay 25ရောက်နော်ဘယ်ရောက်တော့လဲ9ရောက်တော့ဒီအဲ့ဒါတန်းလို့ရတယ်တကယ် subscribe လုပ်ဟုတ်အဲ့ဒါလည်းစစ်ကြည့်လိုက်ကျွန်တော်ရှောက်လို့ကြည့်လိုက်ဟုတ်လားကြည့်အားလုံးပဲဒီလိုက်ကြည့်ပေးကြတဲ့ဒီကိုတက်ကြည့်လိုက်ဒီနိုင်တယ်ပါတယ်ဒီမှာပြင်လို့တော့ထိတ်ကြိုက်လို့ဘယ်ဘုံဟာပါလဲမဟုတ်ပါဘူးနော်အခုပေါက်ရလူတွေကိုဆောင်းရှော့တင်ပေးမယ်နော်အဲ့တူအဲ့ထပ်လို့ရအဲ့ဒီပေါက်တဲ့လူတွေကိုမင်းသွားပြီးတော့ပြောတာဒီစာတော့ပို့ပြရနော်ဘလို့လာပြောရမလို့ကျွန်တော်လာပြောပေးမယ်ဘလို့လာပြောပြကြမလို့ဒီမဲ့ပေါ်တဲ့လူတွေကိုကျွန်တော်လာပြောပေးမယ်အဲ့လိုစားပြပါပြီပြေဝေးကိုအိုကြီးရှုံးလို့လုံးဝအိုကြီးဆိုတော့ဝါဘာလဲလေးပါဒီမှာစားလိုက်နေစားဝမ်းကောင်းတော့စားကောင်းလာတယ်အရှုံးတယ်ရပုတ်လို့ကာလာတော့ခါအောင်ပါမလို့တော့ဒါမဲပေါက်တဲ့လူစီရင်ကိုကျွန်တော်ဓာတ်ပုံလေးရိုက်ပြီးတော့ပြင်တယ်ရွေးချယ်ပါတက်တင်နေတယ်နော်နောက်ပြီးတော့ဘာပွဲရှိသေးရဲ့လို့စစ်တစ်ခါလေးကြည့်လိုက်နော်ဒီအပွဲမှာထိုးလိုက်ခြင်းနဲ့အောင်မယ်ဒီကပုံကောင်းတဲ့အတန် quality နဲ့ထုံးမထားရအောင်ကြလုံးထက်ဆင်ရမယ်အဓိကတော့ဘယ်ဆက်ဆင်လဲလို့ညဆက်နေမိုင်းအေးနေရမယ်။နောက်ပြီးရင်အဲ့ပွဲကြီးအခုလာမယ့်ပွဲကြီးပြဖို့အတွက်အပေါ်ပြောထားတယ်။အဲ့ဟိုတစ်ခါတော့လုံးဝပြနေနေ copyright မိတာဟာလို့ channel ကြီး နော်ဟိုအကမ်းမင်းလာပါက21ရက်နေ့က29ရက်18ရက်နေ့နောက်3ရက်နေ့ PGL ဝါချီရလာမယ်ဂျွန်30မှာတာယာတူ Fisher Universe 5လာမယ်အဲ့မိုက်တယ်နောက်ပြီးရင်ဂျွန်8ရက်နေ့မှာ EWC လာမယ်နောက်ပြီးရင် ISF လာမယ်โอเคနော်ဒီလားနေနောက်လာထိနောက်လာနားလေတော့ဒီလာမဲ့ပွဲတွေကဆောင်းအောင်မိုက်တယ်ဆောင်းမိုက်တယ်ဒီပွဲတော့မကြည့်ဘူးတာယာတူတင်တော့မကြည့်ဘူးဒီ Fisher လည်းမိုက်တယ်နော် PGL ဝါချီရPGL ဝါချီရမှာလည်းဒီပါဆက်ဖို့ Asian Aura PP Liquid Pure of Blood Principal OG Tandra Nigma အဲ့ Nigma ပါတယ်ဘာတော့ပိုင်တယ် Nigma တယ်ဘာတော့ဘာလို့ကိုယ်မပါပါတယ်ကွာ Nigma နာပြီလည်းပါပါနာပြီကြီးရောနာပြီ USD ရဲ့ copy လို့ပါတယ်ဝိုင်းချက်ခြင်းပါတယ်ခြင်းမျိုးတွေတော့ပါတယ် okay မှာ global ပါတယ်အဒီနော်အပန်ကောင်းလို့ပြီးတော့ကြည့်ရပြန်တွေ့မယ်နော်ဒီကြားထဲမှာအပေါ်လေးရအောင်ပြောထားမယ်အတိတ်က20နှစ်တရက်နေ့နောက်3ရက်နေ့ပြန်တွေ့မယ်ဟုတ်မယ်တက်တာဟိုကြီးက